Hello.
Not eating ice cream, Mochi.
I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. Alive or live. You know what I mean. Anyway, welcome to the channel.
Alive.
We play D&D.
Hopefully both.
It's session 84 of Fables Among Titans. Only 16 to go, and yet the 100. Assuming you don't all die on the way. Let's find out.
It's time.
So now, Sage Bun Evening. Right. What do we do first? Social medias. There will be a link appearing in the chat very soon. Very soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
Goddamn keyboard.
If you want to go find out, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and Discords and YouTubes and all that good stuff. Follow that link. It's all in there. The buttons are under the stream as well if you just want to go straight to whatever platform you desire. And it's just us lot saying we're going live or we're going to be here or we're doing this. And it's riveting. But yeah,
Sometimes just firing memes at each other.
Yes, memes.
Yeah.
It's all about the memes. But if you want to come and join us on any of them, please do and say hello. And it'd be appreciated. Sponsorships, right? We have got 4 of them. Well, we've got about 12, but there's only 4 on the screen, right? If you are sat around the table playing D&D, because it's the best way to play D&D, and you want a beautiful, gorgeous, stunning map, go to Loki Battle Mats. As modelled by Luke. Just need
They're
to sequence
chuffing
Luke.
huge.
For context, Luke's 12'6", so that's how big that book is. If you want forests and tundras and caverns and castles and towns and taverns and lava lakes and sewers and royal courtrooms, rituals, all that good stuff, Loki Battle Mats have got pretty much anything you can think of. They've even got a few spaceships if you go out, if you're playing that sort of theme.
You go in that neck of the woods.
If you're in that neck of the woods. They're brilliant. Every time they do a Kickstarter, immediately funded. Amazing, and absolutely lovely people. If you do happen to be sat around a table playing with a map and you want miniatures, amazing miniatures of little people running around all painted nicely and there's fireballs going off and you've got a dwarf and a halfling and a weird little centaur hand thumb thing. It's scary as shit.
Yeah, some of the ones are
Questionable.
But Sparky's array of miniatures are beautiful, so get yourselves on Etsy, go to Sparky & Co. and grab a load. And what better way to complement a map of miniatures than the ambience of Dragonfire or Demon Death or a running lake or a beautiful elven forest
or anime
shenanigans. Go to Sirenscape, and as long as you've got an electronic device with access to a browser, you can log into your account and you can play all their ambience. So yeah, it's cool, amazing. If you play digitally like we do, Loki Battle Mats do all their stuff at Drive-Thru RPG, so you can go grab them and stick them on the virtual tabletop of your choice. Sirenscape, you can share the link, assuming it's your account, share the link with your players, and they can hear what you are playing through their modern technology speakers. It's amazing. But if you want miniatures on your virtual tabletops, please go to Roll20's Marketplace, search for Coyote Grey, and grab all of his Chibi token packs. They're amazing. I love them. It's my favourite style of artwork. And yeah, I just love chibis, and I love Coyote Grey's chibis. So yeah, thank you. Coyote Grey is also responsible for the little slideshow of chibis that's going on for the characters of the adventurers you see before you. Amazing. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Monkey face. Donate 200 bits last year's to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws, and they do not roll over to next week. So give them 200 bits, they'll reroll it. It's amazing. Thank you, Sageborn. You've got a reroll.
Yay! Thank you, Sage.
Thank you.
Ari's got a reroll.
I'm sure Mel will love
Who's
it.
going to need it
Yeah, I was
today?
going to say, it'll just be Mel.
Well, I gave a reroll last night to the Monday guys, and they
That's
said,
true.
and I said I usually use the ones on Tuesday. They said, oh, so your Tuesday is Tony then? I'm like,
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. I was
Yep.
there for that bit.
You definitely chose this, Tony. So, thank you. Charity stream. Every year. We do a charity stream. 24 hours, one shots. 49-hour collection of one-shots and computer gaming. Well, we've done all sorts of tabletop madness, rolling dice, being nerds to raise a few quid. And in the last few years, we managed to raise about £8,000, which will be forever a high point of my nerdy life. This year, we are doing a week-long stream, noon till midnight each day, from Monday the 24th to Friday the 28th of July. We will be continuing Monday night's campaign, because it's their house we're raiding. And we're going to be playing around the table, carrying on Monday night's campaign for 60 hours that week. And the charities we're raising money for is Shelter. I'm going to die. I'm honestly going to die. Like,
You are actually going to die.
the Wingmaster will be brought to the limits in that week. It's for Shelter, who deal with folk in homeless situations and help us support them through that. Papyrus, which prevent suicide in youngsters, and MS UK, who support folks with MS and how they have to journey through their life with it. So amazing charities. All three of them mean a lot to myself and to friends and family. They're really cool charities, and hopefully we can raise a lot of money for them. Whilst doing so, there will be a lot of prizes that go out there that you donate, you get your name in a hat. It's that simple. You don't have to buy a ticket or anything like that. If you throw at least a £5 in, you can put your name in a hat and you get a prize. Just follow our socials and you can see what's going on, and we'll keep shouting about it more and more as we get closer. But there are things like dice, candles, gift vouchers, axe throwing, escape rooms, one-shots with either myself or Rich of Dice the Beholder. Loads of other stuff. We'll keep shouting about it. So please, if you can, throw in. If you can't, steal and give it to charity. Alright? It's the only way to live. As long as you've got a hood and a bow and arrow, it's totally fine. So yes, please do that. Anything else, Mel? Cool.
Question mark? Don't know. Don't think so.
Nice. Shall we have a lovely recap then? Last session, Harry died. Really well. And as the wise Kesvion said, it's how he would have wanted to go, taking 69 points of damage to the face.
Yep.
It's maximum HP.
Nice.
I told you, it's spooky how this stuff works. The party, still at the Dark Shaladusian, about to leave, have conversed with the girl with no hands, which is Natatharin Sasha. They have discovered that Arterian's sight was taken from them many, many moons ago by someone really close to their heart.
I don't know about being close to the heart.
It's one way. And Natatharin can help the party if she is allowed to have a long rest. So if they get Arterian's sight back, they get a dragon. They've also discovered that Malika, the Archfey of Summer, is an absolute weapon.
Discovered. You did. That's word of the day.
Discovered.
I've just been
Discovered
picking up
feels
on
like
a
a-
couple of subtle hints here, AD. Do you want us to leave the Darshal Ducey in this session?
Yeah, I'm starting to think that might be what
I
he
am
wants.
here to facilitate wherever you wish to stay. For
We've
the
only
next...
been there for a few sessions. To be fair, we were
It's
waiting
still
on
not
players
the
coming
day.
back.
Yeah,
We're
it is.
still not at levels of the day.
Yeah, to be
Oh
fair,
God,
we,
the day.
the day that
The
shall
last
not be
time Harry
named.
died?
No, did you die then?
Did I die on that day?
To be honest,
No, I
Kes
think you-
died-
I
Kes
think
died
you-
first.
You died a couple of sessions later.
Kes died
No, Harry
first.
died again like yesterday, and then died like because he died like when he was basically being choked to death in his room on his own, and then he died
oh,
again
come on,
today.
Harry. You can't say that sentence. That's just
Yes, I can.
died choking to death on his own. Whew.
Yep.
Harry is. We don't kink shame around here. So, Harry was disintegrated and brought back, but not before witnessing some historical events of Arterian and Malika. We have, and Ruby, I thought it shot me. Ruby went to see the peacock cat and discovered a little bit about her past. And a little bit about how she plans her future. We left it with Ari being returned from death to the grand that is life by Dragos, who is the spitting image of Celestina, except the black hair that he's now inherited, whatever. Inherited from Ari. Magneto style. But you are alive, Ari. Your friends are currently looking at a broken ball of what appears to be glass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about this. I hadn't
it's
actually
lit-
spoken.
Yeah,
You've
we don't
literally
actually know
just-
where
Turn
that
back in the
is.
direction
Yeah.
you're looking.
They're all looking at
Yeah.
the ball. You've appeared behind them, staring at them. And 3, 2, 1. You're in.
Guys.
Oh.
Tess will like spin round because obviously they've just been told that. Sorry, guys,
Sorry,
it
that's
didn't
it."
work. So
Yeah.
everyone's just like, shh, yeah, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you back.
Slow turn from Xandria, like almost like she's pissed off.
Sapphire is fast of body but slow of mind, so has dropped
He's
to
not
his
started
knees.
grieving yet.
Has just like when people are turning around, Sapphire has just dropped to his knees by the shards. He's like trying to scrape them back together, kind of thing.
Oh no.
Making a little Ari ship with a glass.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like if we can get all the dust together, we might be able to collect it and take it to someone.
Ruby doesn't, but just freezes. Like she doesn't dare turn round in case she didn't hear what she thinks she's heard.
Nice.
5 minutes. Sapphire, you can leave it. He's
behind us.
Looks up and there's like matted lines in the fur. You can't actually see tears, but you can tell that they have been there. And he turns around and goes, "What?" Like still on his knees, like looks up. Oh, son of a bitch! Stands up.
Ruby gives this kind of half laugh, half sob, sort of choked noise of just relief, and just runs out the room.
Just really loudly, like they just told us we failed to bring you back. What the hell?
I'm gonna, and you'll kind of dash off after Ruby because she's had quite a day. You've got parents; they're dead though.
They
Zombies,
might be
Maybe.
dead, they might be undead.
Maybe.
maybe. And then, oh, and your
Maybe
pal's
undead.
dead, but he isn't. But he is. No, he's not. That would be a lot for a 19-year-old to try and deal with. So
That's
we've
true.
got to go check that she's okay.
Sapphire is going to just subtly look like he's scratching the back of his neck, but will touch Iron Rebuke and use the Detect Fiend because we've had some Shadow people and like Echo people come back recently, and we'll detect fiends within a 30-foot radius, 60-foot
Can you
radius.
say he's not the sharpest?
I don't know.
He's learning. Like,
He's learned from his mistakes.
How far?
I think it's 60 foot.
Is it
Bum, 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 bum.
spherical or is it like 60 foot
Yeah,
up,
it's
down, left, right?
It just says within a 60 foot, so I'm assuming it's
Radius.
If it says radius,
Radius.
that's 2 dimensions, I think.
yeah. I don't think it's a.
So
It would be the party and whoever.
Is
I
in the
can't
room.
remember who was helping us, but yeah,
Depends how fast
Dean-
Ruby's moving.
that's true.
Dean, Dragos, and anyone
Dragos.
else who came running towards the whistling and the screaming and fell over when Xandria went, "Are you a cleric?" and then threw them on the floor when they said no.
of none of the students, none of the mentors, none of your friends, no fiendish presence. Right on the edge of the 60-foot detection, below you, you get a brief, like you've just walked past a bakery and just caught the whiff of some Bakewell tarts. that smell like demons.
That's
Very, very much that's a problem for future Sapphire.
not now.
Ari didn't ping, and also Xandria didn't ping, which
Yeah,
is
I
both
thought
good things because I was curious.
I thought Adi was gonna say it's Andrea Pings. Nah, she is.
Just relaxes then.
I'm presuming Ari's come back with like 1 hit point. 'Cause...
Oh yeah, you have
Yeah.
1 hit point.
No, he's been reincarnated. He's a dragonborn now.
Reincarnated!
Oh boy.
What that is it? Haragon, Haragon, the little rabbit feeder.
The rabbit people.
Yeah. No.
That is, he's
can
got
you
enough
imagine?
rabbit characteristics already.
Yeah.
Doesn't need any.
Chopping himself. Oh,
Spider-Man! He'll kind of just like try and get up. Like, it's not the strongest at the best of times, so he'll just kind of get to his feet and just be like, "What the hell happened? Last thing I remember was barbarian."
So you
yes.
felt no pain, Harry, when that light hit you. But the last thing you remember from that scene was Arterian screaming in agony as the light hit you. But you died so fast.
Yeah, I did.
like a lemming.
Yeah, I did.
Sapphire crosses his arms and goes, "Yeah, it was Arterian, but there's the thing that was in you is in a cage in the other room at the moment. When he did what he did, your body kind of turned to like dust.
You got disintegrated, Ari.
Yeah, and we were holding your soul gem for a while. That was holding your friend's soul gem in your hand is a bit of a fucking weird experience. But yeah, the thing was left behind and he caged it and then he kind of noped out. But he
At that, Zandria looks at Sapphire and goes, "He what now?"
Oh yeah, Arterian fucked off. Like he
Fuck's sake.
yeah, he basically was like, I needed to do, like, it was like a thing he needed to do, and then like, but I don't think he controls the thing. I think that when the golden scarf's off his face, it just happens. I don't know why or
we
what.
have the conversation with Natathryn and we need to get him his sight back, but Malika's his daughter.
Huh?
What?
I saw something wherever I went, and
Oh,
Yeah,
Ruby, you
Malika's-
couldn't have waited 5 more minutes to
You didn't have to follow me. Ruby, Ruby doesn't give a shit whose daughter is who at the moment. We're still going to kick her head in.
the Arterian's her father. He'll kind of look at his Andrew and just be like, I've seen like a younger Arterian.
Oh, he was, just before he went, he was asking me about what would you do, like, if you had to kill your cub, would you do it? Like, he was comparing himself to Soul
Is that where
Taker
he's
with her
from?
cub. I hadn't considered it because I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I thought he was just waxing lyrical.
Yeah,
No,
something
Malika-
something weird is happening in the Oasis of Summer as well. I tried to reach out to Malika so that I could let her know to potentially expect a human visitor and to not kill them. And yeah, everything, all of the fey creatures, Malika's guards, Malika herself, all pretty much look like fiends.
Interesting.
Apparently, yeah, she looked at me and just says, "What have you done?" So apparently this is my fault.
I mean, I suspect that passing the Darkling curse on was probably not in her plan.
Sapphire suddenly rushes forward and gives Ari a big hug. Like, full on Leonin bear hug. And then goes,
Give her a
right.
big hug back.
Oh, ruffles Ari's hair and then goes, right. Phil, Kess, and Ruby, and when you can, I'm going to go back to the room where the weird Darkling thing that was in you is just hanging out in a cage. It was calling for its mother, and then it kind of settled down. So
Well,
I
I'm
guess-
guessing its mother must be Malika.
Well, yeah, I think so too, and it makes sense because it was trying to kind of scramble at Arterian, and if he detects the same, it detects the same blood. That makes sense. But I just want to keep an eye on it. You know, you can take the Leonin out of the Vey, but you can't take the Vey out of the Leonin, and he goes trotting off to go watch after the demon thing.
Where did the one that looks like is Dragos like really close as well?
Dragos is currently in the arms or the wings of two golden griffins that have put their wings together to create like a sofa-esque place, and their hair is as dark as yours. When originally you saw it as that blonde and it went dark, this person has dark hair, and Dean, the halfling mentor, is currently tending to him, maybe 30 feet from where you are.
He'll kind of go over and obviously see like the griffins as well, and remember back to that bit as well, and just be like, he'll kind of nod towards him. He doesn't obviously know him, but he's like, "Thank you for rescuing me. I don't know what you did, but thank you so much."
It's fine. It's fine, mentor. I can stand. All right, lad. Dean steps back. Dragos stands up, kind of adjusts himself, and for a moment, kind of does that little drunken sway. Being tired, wearing half plate, and all that is not a great idea. Well, to be honest, I've never done it before, and you're the first soul I've brought back. It would have been far more dangerous if your friends hadn't have had a soul stone with you in it. But it's good that you came back. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you any more, but the spirit has to choose itself. I'm not able to force. I'm not a cleric or a druid or such, or anyone who has those powers, but I can persuade or encourage and offer.
Thank you for talking to me and asking me to come back, because I don't know anyone else that would have been able to do that. I don't really 100% know what happened, but yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. And just kind of does a nod of... You're just used to the nod from like the wall and such. The nod.
Yeah.
Respectful
Oh yeah. No,
nod.
he's 100% like respectfully nodding, because that's why like he doesn't understand, because they don't have clerics on the wall.
No
Doesn't
need for
understand
him.
any of this.
No clerics, no Asmars.
No, none of them.
No dragons.
No dragons.
No dragons.
No
Fucking
dragons.
crawling with clerics. Harry's a cleric. His dad's a cleric.
He's Mars a cleric.
Omens and demons. That's all you've got.
He'll go back to Xandria and just be like, where did the others go?
Staffa went back to the room to watch the shadowy creature that came out of you. Ruby has run off, seemingly distressed at the fact that you were dead and have been brought back to life. Hess has followed after her like a mother duck would do to a duckling.
We need to sort Malika out somehow. She has no love for Arterian as her father.
Well, I mean, I don't in particular like Altarian either, so I'm kind of with her on that one. However,
No, but it's a father. Like,
that doesn't
she
mean
literally-
anything.
yeah, but she literally said to him, "What would happen, father, if you lost your sight?" Like she was playing, and then he's like, "Oh, Darkling would come and get us, Malika."
Okay. That bit I didn't understand. I didn't know that she
Yeah.
purposefully
proper
took his
fake.
eyesight.
Mm.
Yeah, well, she
Mhm.
was always...
Oh yeah, I felt that. I felt all of that. Don't like humans.
Oh well, it runs in the family, I guess. Don't like Altarian. I don't in particularly like Malika that much at the moment. Don't like her supposed child that's locked up in a cage that came out of you. Probably was in me.
Yeah.
What a wonderful family.
Let's go find the others.
First, we should probably get you tended to. You do look like you're about to keel over again.
mean,
I will say, Harry, bar coming back from the dead, you don't feel the drain that you had over the last few days. You don't feel the hard to breathe, the tightness in your chest, the itch in your throat. You just feel knackered.
You now only feel like you just died.
Yeah. It's levels.
Levels.
Upgraded
Yeah.
from 3-day-old porridge to just yesterday's porridge.
They upgraded from 5 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah. Sapphire.
Um,
Oh, sorry. Sapphire. When you get to the that's twice I've interrupted you, Mel. I apologise.
No.
You're not allowed to talk now, basically. That's what happens.
You do you, Mel, and then I'll do Sapphire, which is a sentence I never thought to say. Take it, Leon.
to be fair, I don't think it was anything. I think if she was just going to mention to Xandria, just be like, I feel weirdly not as ill as I have been, despite the fact that I feel knackered, but I definitely felt a lot worse like earlier.
Well, 1, you did die. 2, the thing that was in you is now no longer in you, so it's kind of probably why you don't feel as bad as you did before. We should probably check out to see if the Darkling curse is still either fully in you or at least lingering. I don't know how to explain it, but we should probably just get you checked out just to be on the safe side.
It's probably best.
Now you may go 80.
He doesn't want to anymore. He's
Doesn't
like,
want to.
"Oh, no." He's like, I'm not going to play. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Yeah.
So one of the viewers has already been like, "Oh, the numbers have changed. They've all leveled up."
Yep.
But it's good that people they pay more attention than I do sometimes to the numbers by our names.
They're in shock that I've actually done it. You've been level 3 for the last 80 sessions on Overlord.
That's true.
Sapphire, you get there first while they were having their conversation, and as you walk into the corridor where this magical prison cage type thing was, you see Xerxes, the white-scaled sea elf. She is examining the cage at a safe distance. The creature every now and then kind of just leans towards her like it is in a weakened state, like you would imagine something that is hungry and is not able to get hold of whatever sustains it. And it is just reaching out to her weekly. Or daily. But Xerxes is very like notepad and pen type what's the word? Posture around the cage. You say anything? You just
Sapphire kind of, it's just a quiet kind of walk up beside, and I end up stood beside Xerxes, and just instinct pulls out Naginata, puts it beside him, like guard mode almost, and just, yeah. Any idea what that thing actually is?
we have a few theories, and maybe your Naginata will be needed. The cage is, well, it's an imprisonment spell of sorts. Maybe a third of a day it will hold, 8 hours or so. The magic's not forever, so at least we have some time to think what to do with it. The creature within is some sort of fey lineage, or there is a air of fiendish arcane aura around it. Sadness seems to be radiating from it in a truly present form. It is if you get too close, you can feel it. It is strange. A creature I've never experienced before or read about. But it is, or seems, dangerous.
Doesn't surprise me. It was, we think, a product of a curse, but it was pulled out of, well, it was pulled out of one of my friends, so...
Curses are unique in their creation, and fey curses above all in Colossus are at least reputed to be terrifying. This would be a fine example of such. Well, excuse me. She kind of just shuffles past you, and she's getting different angles of this cage, and just every now and then she waves a hand, and you see small sparks in the palm of her hand, and small sparks flicker on the cage itself. The creature half reacts, just raising its like dark silhouetted arm every now and then, just reaching out towards Xerxes' long claws, again in that weakened state. And you could just hear that like crackle of dry breathing, real slow, as if they've been in a desert for days and days and months without water.
Sapphire's going to try something, bit of an experiment. Let's see how this goes. Sapphire is going to suddenly, full speed, see if he can take the hand off.
Give me an attack roll.
Why?
Because Sapphire don't like fiends. 17 plus.
Does your Naginata
11.
have range?
No.
I know.
I think it's supposed to on an Naginata because we
No.
base it on a glaive. But
So
oh, actually, it should because it's based on a glaive. Glaives have
Yeah.
range, don't they?
Waves
Yeah.
have 10.
10.
Okay, then yeah.
okay.
I've never considered that before. This whole time I've been Sapphire.
Yeah, it's not a sword, it's a polearm.
Would have been useful. Would have been useful in points of the past. Yeah. So it was a 28 to hit.
So your 28 hits. Can you give me a wisdom save, please?
I knew there
17.
was a save coming.
17.
17. Like fuck, I'm a monk.
Yeah, hold that thought.
Oh shit.
Like, fuck you.
Might not have
Lara,
helped.
Do you remember how high the wisdom saves were for me to try and save?
Oh yeah.
But you're broke.
Yeah,
Good
but
thing we've got that.
they were still high.
Yeah, I suppose.
Still really high DC.
So can you do your damage, please?
And then take that damage upon yourself as you stab yourself.
10 plus 7, 14 points of slashing damage.
Damn.
14. Cool. You also feel a wave of sorrow cling deep. All the memories of your father, how your family life was, the reasons you left, a soul taker, what she's going through, what that empathy you feel for her just overwhelms you. For the next minute, and you may perform the save every round. You are at disadvantage to attacks and saving throws.
Cool.
As you feel sorrowed.
Taking that, Sapphire will take a bunch of steps back.
The creature, as you hit it, so the arm's in the air, reaching out, and you just hit it flat to the floor. And it's like you've just hit the hand of a child, and the arm hits the floor, and it pulls it in slowly and cradles the arm as if it's in pain, but it doesn't.
No, I feel bad.
It doesn't screech or anything. You hear no cry of pain. You just see it holding its arm. It has no legs. It is just a mass on the floor into a torso, and then arms and a featureless face. Ruby and Kesvion. Ruby ran off. Kesvion followed. Commence.
He's just going to try and catch Ruby before she just hoofs it
Wings
off.
herself off the wall.
Oh, no, you do have wings, but also let's try and keep the party together for just two beats, guys. 2 beats. So he's just gonna like hoof off after her, and depending on how fast she is going or trying to not get caught, kind of depends on how he'll play.
It's not evading. It was not a calculated move, if that makes sense. It was you're bigger than her, faster than her. She's not flying. She just. So you probably could.
He'll kind of stop 5 kind of a pace or so behind her. He's not. She's seems to kind of be not wanting to be there more than she's trying to not try and be anywhere. So just like Ruby, you need to stop.
5 minutes. 5 minutes of quiet in the fresh air, and I will come back, I promise.
We need. I don't know if we've got 5 minutes. This might be something you need to just pack for now. We deal with this and we fall apart later. Okay?
She takes a deep breath in. You can see her just like physically pull herself together.
You'll give her a good big tight hug. I go, right. We need to have heads because the rest of them aren't gonna. Okay?
She nods.
Because Drea hasn't processed this. Ari sure as heck isn't gonna. I have no idea how Sapphire's gonna deal with this. We've got to try and keep the wheels on the cart, okay? And then when we have time to sit down, we can cry ourselves silly afterwards, okay?
Another nod. It's almost like if she opens up, like it's.
Okay. Now, let's go make sure that Drea doesn't put him back in the ground and undo all of that poor young man's work. And see what apparently Artarian disintegrated out of Ari. Come on. And kind of hand on shoulder, kind of lead her back towards where they kind of come from. To find out that everyone's gone.
They
Hopefully
are
be roughly directed in the direction that everyone else is.
when you come back, you see the mentor Rose.
Oh, no, you got no better than I do.
Yeah. So you see the Goliath Rose and the Elven Vey, Hikro, in conversation, and Hikro is their glasses are hanging on the small chain at their chest, and their arms are waving about. Rose is kind of nodding, and then shake her head a little bit, and then nodding. Dean is collecting, or seems to be gathering, these students together, and is talking to them. There is no sign of Sapphire, Xandria, Ari, Lord Meter, or Cicerin.
Is there any sign of a certain giant soul forge?
Natathryn Sasha is still. She followed the Loxodon to the group that Dean has gathered, and is just stood by the Loxodon, just oblivious, full on to attention. You're not even sure they're turned on.
If you'll kind of glance to Ruby, then kind of jog over to Rose and oh my god, it's Hikro. I was like, I want to say a different name, but I know that's just the baby anime child that's trying to say a completely different Japanese name. So he'll kind of trot over to them and just kind of do that. Sorry to interrupt. Did you see where the Arian and Drea and Sapphire?
Yes. Apologies, Caspian. Sapphire. They followed Sapphire. the pair of them. Sapphire headed back into the dorm areas. You might want to gather before you go, Kesha. I apologise, but we're going to be shifting the Adusian. Yes, and then Rose the Goliath will be like, we're going to cast a magical spell called Plane Shift. The Darshell Adusian is under attack by fiends from below. Gather your friends. We will be leaving as soon as we can. Yes, that's what I was trying to explain. Don't worry, Hikro. I will explain to you.
Has someone told, out of character, 2 seconds, is the boat still up there?
Yeah, the ship's still up there.
Okay, back in character. Has anyone told the ship?
We have sent messages to our captain. We have sent messages to Xerxes, who is currently investigating the spell cast by Arterion.
Okay, I'll round up.
You may leave with us. You may fight the demons. You may jump on your ship. The choice is yours. But there will be no Adusian here in the next 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes. Cool. Ruby!
Ruby actually stood
When he
next
said
to
there
you.
wasn't 5 minutes, he was thinking maybe we're like 2 hours. Not 10.
Ruby goes, go and shout through the door, drag them out by their ears. I am going to talk to Miss Natathryn, seeing as her guardian seems to have...
Oof.
Don't see him around. So I am going to see if I can persuade her not to try and raise this mountain range to the ground when Ari comes out of his bedroom.
Amazing. You have 8 minutes. Do you want me to grab your bag?
Please.
Cool. And he's just going to book it in his head, kind of going, right, so that was where Ruby was. So if I scooch round there, that'll pass their room. Get the bag, get the stuff, grab the 2. Okay, got. That way you go around the supermarket. Like, if I go past that one, then I can do one fell loop and catch everything and go back out again.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Loud.
I've turned it down.
Yep.
Oh, we're back on the
Tech,
animation
I have-
track.
Yeah.
So, that was all the
I
expected.
kind of loved it. Like, yes.
I was just very confused.
I had it really minimized, so I was like, what's AD?
It came in.
What's he hearing?
Can you hear it now?
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear it now.
See,
I went
can't-
on to
I
the
could,
tab.
We
now
have
I
to play
can't.
Descent into Avernus. Like, that's just ridiculous. So, as you go off, Kesfion, you hear a roar, guttural, deep from the belly, but far below. As you're as you're running along, you throw a glance over the side of the ramparts, the broken ramparts, and you can see imps or small demonic creatures clinging at the stonework at the base, the foundations of this ruined mega fort, whatever it was back in the day. Looking across, you see the cliff road that comes down from Alpha Hen, I think it is. The town, Alpha Hen. The town at the bottom of the cliff. It's on the map.
Yep.
Is burnt to a crisp. There are buildings are still ablaze, but there is nothing in that town surviving structurally. And you can just see a mass of demonic entities moving through it and coming up the cliff. So far, none of them seem to be flying. They just seem to be heavy, what you would describe as foot soldiers.
Yeah.
The initial wave, as it were. And for some reason, a bard playing rock music on top of the ramparts. Just like, we're all going to die. Yes. Ruby, you go... were you going to speak to Natathryn?
Yeah.
So at the sound of... You all hear the loud roar, by the way. At the sound of that, Natathryn looks up. They all kind of look around and stuff, and they see you coming towards them. You just hear Dean finishing off. Words similar to, make sure you're ready. Cast your spells, your protective magics. pull blades, grab arrows. Let's get it on. Rose and Hikro both touch themselves, and blue arcane shields encompass them both as they too get ready. Dean pulls out 2 of his short swords, holds them ready, gestures to half the students to go with him and the other half to go with Rose. Hikro's been commanded, even though there wasn't really a hierarchy before. It feels like Dean seems to be a bit more suited to things attacking the school, and gives Hikro the nod to start the plane shift ritual. Rose and half the students begin to head to the western side of the fort, and Dean and the other 4 students are heading in a similar direction that Kesfion did. The Loxodon turns to Natathrin. Oh, your friend is here. And just kind of gestures you towards.
Touched at last.
Yeah, like, boom,
I'm
gone.
free. I'm free.
And the Loxodon could not look happier that something is attacking this fortress.
Damn.
And the Sathrin is stood there looking at you, Ruby. Blue eyes glowing. Ivory, mithril, white gold. 8 foot, soul forged. Heish.
Ooh-ha.
So, getting a bit of a crick in her neck. Ruby's running some mental calibrations because she she was basically playing daisy chains. Like, she's done like babysitting cousins and stuff, but she's not entirely sure. But she sticks with that kind of she's talking to someone younger than her, but she's very much doing like the calm, everything is fine, nothing is the matter. Listen to the tone of my voice, not to my words.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna die.
she, looking up at the Warforged, says, Arterian had to go and do something for a minute. He says you're to come along with me. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's okay. There's monsters here. I'll help you with the monsters.
That's... You just follow us, and we'll deal with the monsters if they get in the way. But the other thing we're gonna do... And she thinks about this, and decides to try something completely different and says, we're gonna play a game.
If a soul forged could smile. You see in the eyes, the glow.
And Ruby sort of like leans up like she's going to tell a secret, and she goes, don't make any noise, but I think there's an eagle around. Shh, don't like.
The blue glow narrows. I don't like eagles.
No, I know, but what we need to do is pretend we don't know, and we'll be spies, and then we can work out which one the eagle is. They won't know that we know that they're an eagle.
If I spy eagle, I smash eagle. And just kind of nods at you.
We don't want to smash them yet, not while the demons are here. And we might need to go in a skyboat, and we can't smash anything on a skyboat because then everyone will fall out of the boat and die. So just for now, we just have to pretend.
Give me a persuasion
Pretend.
check. With disadvantage, because you've literally hit the thing that sets the Taffrin off. You know when Hulk gets mad? Well.
You push the eagle button.
Yeah.
What? It's better than just going, look, I know he's an eagle, please don't smash him.
Oh, very much understand what she's going for. Yeah.
Cool, hide and seek. Eagle. Excuse me, come again?
I just enjoyed the, and then we'll all fall to the ground and we'll
Die.
all die.
Tone of my voice.
Let's try these. Pretty sure
Persuasion at it is persuasion at disadvantage.
That is an 11.
Oh dear.
The Taffrin looks at you. I play game.
there's nobody watching, but there are a series of muscles in the back of Ruby's shoulders that just relax ever so slightly, and she makes a mental note to grab the first one of the others and explain the game, and just...
Natathryn goes first and says to you, "Let's find Eagle," and does a little crouch to bring her send down to like 7.5 feet, and is stealthing on a 12.
Wow.
So your passive perception, Ruby, you're like, maybe somebody who's not very good at hearing stuff wouldn't hear them, but the tapping is like, "Da-doof, da-doof."
Little heavy
So,
footed.
And she's heading towards what is the insides of the fortress, despite the ruins and such, where the dorms are and the eating areas and such. Areas. The areas.
so quick
Come.
cast around. Can I hear the others coming back down the corridor yet? Can we...
They're not returning just yet, so we'll fly over to that. Xandria and Ari, you turn up and Sapphire's talking to Xerxes around the cage. You do hear the roar as you get maybe 10 feet from Sapphire. Sapphire hears it, Xerxes hears it. Xerxes reacts twice, once to the roar and once to something else. He kind of looks around as the roar rumbles through the fortress, and then looks off into the distance. The only time you've ever seen this before is when Ari and Xandria are sending magical messages to each other.
Okay, cool. Look over. Nod. Okay. I don't know if I'm comfortable leaving this thing on its own, but I've got to go. This is what I do.
You turn, and Xandria and Ari are right there.
Sapphire, I
good.
don't suppose that roar was you, was it?
No, I was considering roaring back, but this thing's a dickhead and I don't trust it, so I'm not going to do that in its presence. But, nope,
Right.
that came from below. When I was checking if Ari was a fiend, I felt some fiendish stuff down below, but it was like I didn't think it was close. It didn't feel close at all at the time.
You were checking if I was a fiend. I mean, fair.
We just got told you couldn't come back to life, and then you stood there, and with everything with
Okay.
Stefan.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we should probably go help with that. And he will literally just not even realizing he's doing it. Will cast Cure Wounds on himself. At
Just to
second
sort of
level
patting yourself
because
down. I could really do with a pick
casually,
me up. Oh,
just
Cure
casually.
Wounds.
I really do need something to help me here because my god.
For those of you that
Oh.
don't know, says Xerxes, it seems we are casting a plane shift to move the Darshal Adusian. It appears the fiends have broken through the illusions at the base of the town.
Ah,
No need to alarm you, of course. And it
Looks
turns
over.
out Cicerin and Lord Meter have already teleported away. Any reason or any place they should go, or?
I feel like they're going to the Summer Realm. Looks over at
I
Xandria.
feel like they are as well. Yeah.
Most likely.
Okay. Are we staying with the Adusian? Are we going to go fight these bastards? Oh God! Has someone told the captain?
Your captain has indeed been informed.
Oh, well, there you go then.
They are
That's
awaiting
the
of what to do. Well, exactly that question you just asked, Sapphire.
Well, firstly, I think we should probably go and rendezvous with Kess and Ruby, and then make our decision.
Let-
Booking it down the corridor. Can I send a message?
you can.
Fiends, broke through the walls. Grab your stuff. We have 5 minutes. Playing our shift. Getting out here. Ari, best behavior. We've got a soul forged. And probably as he does this, he's probably pulling out of Ruby's room and like seeing them at the bottom of the corridor, like, do your shit.
Who's he sending a message to?
Anyone
Give me a sec.
receiving signals. It's on a rotating
Anyone who gets
frequency.
signal.
That is Rhea. D6 and halved it for the 3 of you.
Right. Drea receives the message. Does the kind of
Sapphire's looking at all these people receiving messages. Like,
Kess says, grab our shit. Ari, on your best behaviour. We have Natathryn with us.
Fuck.
I think we're
Okay.
shifting out of here. I don't think we're going to fight. I know you want to fight, Sapphire. I can see it. I can see it in your little jittery body.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, my brain was literally just hold them off and make sure these lot get away rather than let's go fight them. It could be an army. I don't know.
I believe we are.
Let's go grab our stuff.
We are
Iron
not
Rebuke
staying behind.
is pulsing. Whoom. Damon. Whoom. Damon.
There's a lot of them, and they're inbound very quickly. I've got all my stuff with me. I didn't take anything out of my bag.
Runs to room. Go and get his stuff.
Oh. Are we going for the ship? What are we doing?
Oh, I need Cass.
Ari cast second level cure wounds, and he's now got 14 hit points. Woo!
Oh yeah, I was going to say when you did cure wounds before, Sapphire hands you. He hasn't used his potions of healing, so he's got a bunch. Hands you a potion of healing. I say a bunch, 3, now 2. Hands you over a potion of healing.
Fair enough. I wrote this down the other day for Luke because we're doing a thing. 2 seconds. 2d4 plus 2. There you go. So. Oh, I rolled well. Okay. 7 plus 2 is 9. Thank you.
Very welcome. Sapphire will also make sure the potion of necrotic resistance is near his hand as he's moving, just in case.
I know we are slightly time pressured, but what are we doing with this? Do you have any ideas? We could take it with us to keep it in the Darshall and gestures at the prison. There is less than 8 hours left of the imprisonment, and I don't know what will happen once it's released. How aggressive it will be, if it's... it seems to be in a subdued state at the moment.
I think the best thing to do would be, indeed, to take it with us. We can't exactly leave it here, and we don't know what we're going to do with it either.
Yeah.
Something to think about once the Darshall is out of danger.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
So we're staying with the Darshall then.
Yes, I believe so.
Cool. Just checking. Sapphire
I will
falls
inform
into...
your captain to fly away. Maybe return on where they picked you up. The city of Ravens, I believe.
Let me just is that actually what Cass said? Because I forget. Out of character.
No, Kesh just said, grab your ship, we're moving out.
But said it to Xandria, and Xandria said, we need to go. Kessia, when you run into your room, there is a girl sat on a bed in a ring of salt.
Oh god.
Dark hair hanging down, crying, no hands.
Do you have shit you need to grab? At this point, he's got Ruby's bag on one side. He's grabbed Ari's on the way.
As you say that, she raises her wrists and just lowers them back down.
What's one more bag on here? Do you need to go back to the Soul Forged? This place is crawling with fiends. We gotta move out.
I'm aware.
You just gonna chill here then?
I'll
We
be
were gonna
fine.
bring you with us. Okay. You cool if we take the big one with us?
Yes. Warn Aristotle.
I think Ruby's on it. Best of luck. It's just like a steak can get bent.
It's 4 rucksacks, like, thank you. Right, so you're all in the corridor. There's a imprisoned Darkling curse. What's the plan? You say you're staying with the Darshall, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, so...
I mean, it's not going to be there. Are we just going to, like, fall 600 feet through what were the foundations of the building that's been moved to another place?
You'll find out, won't you?
No, wait. When you say we're staying with the Darshall, do you mean where it is the institution of the Darshall?
Are we plane shifting with the institution?
Because I thought we were plane shifting.
I thought we were plane shifting.
I
I
think...
thought we were plane shifting.
No, I thought we were plane shifting too. I think we're planning on plane shifting with it.
The Adusian itself will be plane shifted with those we choose, yourselves included.
There we go.
So you will not fall 600 foot, unless the plane shift goes wrong and we are dropped in the abyssal sea. But We'll
At
fall
that
very
point, what are you
slowly.
I mean, that was out of character because Ruby's not in the same room as them currently. I was just
When Ruby gets here,
questioning
tell
because
her.
I missed.
Just in case
missed-
she asks.
She thought it really loud.
Yeah. So Ruby.
Because Ruby's gonna panic when you go, oh yeah, we sent the boat away because Ruby was like, oh, this place is gonna disappear.
Give me
We
a
better get
perception
back on
check,
the
Ruby.
boat.
Give me a perception check.
Those are much better additions too. What is my perception? I think it's +4, which gives me a dirty 20. But I'm double checking.
As Ruby is playing with the Taffrin at hide and seek, you look skyward. Well, first of all, you look across to see the Dean's team and Rose's team leap over their respective sides of the ramparts. Just all of them just go over. Deliberately jump over with battle cries and spells being cast. If you want to look, that's entirely up to you. However, as you follow to see what they're doing before you go into the building, you look up and you see the enchanted assassin Skyboat sailing away. There goes my hero.
Under a breath, Ruby goes,
5
but you
minutes.
better have made sure we're not being left behind.
You just see Caspian and Xandria waving.
Yeah, bye.
And then you go into the building, and the Taffrin takes up the corridor. But she's still in that little crouch, like, gonna find an eagle, gonna find an eagle,
Gonna catch an eagle.
catch the pigeon.
I was more thinking of we're going on a bear hunt.
We're
That's
going
what I
on a
was
bear.
thinking. We're going on a bear hunt.
I've read that so many times, I refuse to repeat the words again. That was before I had kids. So, you four, Sapphire, Caspian, Ari, and Xandria, are in the corridor with Xerxes and the imprisoned Darkling. Ruby and Natathrin, as you turn into the corridor where they are, Ruby, you, with vastly increased passive perception, see your friends before you, all like clobbered already, like rucksacks. Caspian's just passing them out to the relevant folk. Sapphire's braiding a bit of the mane. And then you just feel a large, warm, ivory hand on your shoulder. I found the eagle.
I can see him too. You wait here, I'll go and make sure it's safe.
I'm gonna count to 10. And then we're gonna smash the eagle. And the eyes go bright blue, and they hide like at the corner, like just looking down the corridor, clearly in view of you lot. You see Natatha and Sasha like pretending to hide. And Ruby, you just hear 1.
Ruby scuttles over as quickly as possible, basically just grabs Ari and goes, I managed to convince her very, very quickly that we are playing a game of spies and to find the eagle. I have brought you 10 seconds before she tries to smash your head in.
Turn off my voice. Turn off my voice.
Remember, and then...
He'll duck back around the corner of the corridor into like one
and
of the rooms
Ruby's
or something.
like hissing after him, like remember the spell we learned on the boat.
No, he knows a good spell. Don't worry. He actually has actively learned this spell from the druids originally. So you know.
Ah, so I was thinking pass without trace, that he just needs to like stealth everywhere.
Yeah. But he's also gonna kind of just sit there and go shit, and just panic, and then disguise self.
What does
Lasts for
Ari
an
now
hour.
look like?
Ari now looks like he can't change his size, can he? So he still looks same size. Oh god. He probably. I'm trying to think who he would make himself look like. I was gonna
Anyone.
say,
That's not an eagle.
Yeah.
I know, right? He really just like makes himself look like a blonde warrior.
A blonde
A
warrior.
blonde warrior.
Ah,
The
is this
number
the
of
kind?
people
Is this the
that
kind
we
of?
have seen.
Is this the kind of Sven's nephew that when we were disguised, we went into like the vampire's den, and
Yeah.
Tess was just like, I can do this. Generic Viconian. Sven's nephew is my name. I come from Viconia.
Yeah. Something like that, because Mel is panicking and going, "Oh shit, I can't think of anything right now." Because I was gonna go, "Oh, maybe like one of the halflings," but I was like, "They're too small. Can't look like one of the halflings."
Look like a really tall halfling.
I could look like a really tall halfling.
So you blonded yourself
Yep.
and made yourself look more warrior-esque rather than dancer-esque.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
And then kind of ducks back out the room again
Ruby,
and
you
kind of
hear-
joins them.
You all hear the Tatharin go,
no.
7! In a really sneaky way.
So
So just
sneaky.
is like holding
Xerxes.
2 bags and just bracing for the impact.
And,
That's about to come
Ruby looks at the
rattling
others
down.
and goes, "Would anyone who is a better liar or more persuasive than me help me out here?"
I'm not convinced. Harry's quite charismatic.
I know he is.
Don't worry,
Can't really
Natatharin.
help.
I'm
Not
not an eagle.
He's probably gonna like keep trying to go up past the Tatharin though while they're still counting to try
Or just
and
like front
scooch
it
on
out. And...
Give me a
Scooch on it
deception
out.
check. Yes.
In theory, it should be okay. Well, this is okay. We rolled pretty good. It's a 28.
Okay. That is massive. If it
That's a
wasn't.
big number
I
for Mel.
persuaded
Roll
them
the
on a
70.
flat 11 not to go on a rampage, so I have a feeling.
You interpret it
Yeah,
as
but
that you
it's
see
a dragon.
favourably. As you lot are kind of conversing, and Ruby's asking for a better life, Harry just strolls down the corridor, gets to Natatharin, who puts their hand on you, Harry,
Mm-hmm.
and goes, 10. And you feel her grip tighten.
That's why I'm like, it's a dragon.
Yeah.
I know that. Harry doesn't
I
know
know,
that.
I know. Which is why I was so
Fine.
proud of you when you're like, yeah, just gonna.
Yeah.
Do you resist the grapple? As the defender of the grapple, you can choose athletics or acrobatics.
We'll try an acrobatics.
You go try and kick flip your way out of the dragon. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, I can also add a D4 on acrobatics as well. which is
if
a
you go
thing.
down again, fuck it.
I know.
We're leaving you.
Well, okay, that is a 30 on acrobatics.
I'm gonna put a hat on the dark spawn that we've got and
So-
go, this is Harry 2.
Just give him a knife. You would expect the vice-like grip of a dragon in a soul-forged vessel to be unbreakable. But this ain't Harry's first rodeo. And for one who's skilled in choking themselves when they're by themselves, getting out of this sort of shit is every day. And Harry slips the grip of the Tatharin Sasha because she rolled a 2. And as you get through that grip, Natatharin stops and is confused for a moment. Do you keep walking, Harry?
He'll immediately like.
Are you playing it
Try and
off?
stealth.
Are you playing it off, or are you setting off into a sprint? Or
No,
Well,
he'll like
yeah.
he'll kind of just try and act casual.
my apologies, didn't see you there. Yep, yeah. I mean, your deception is not getting sussed. And then the Tatharin slumps onto the floor and just sits there, arms in front on her lap. And you carry on, and she doesn't watch you. You
He'll
got-
kind of
you
ping a message back because 120 feet range. He'll kind of ping a message back to Kirsten and just be like, "I think I got away. I'm gonna go and try and join some of the guys outside."
Xerxes will. Well, there are only a few minutes left before the Adusian will shift. As long as the spell is successful, we should all be okay. If you have any means to protect yourselves when we are planar travel, please do. But yes, some of the creatures will no doubt come along with the castle, but we should be leaving the majority behind. The students, I've been told, are dealing with as many as they can, but there are a few stragglers. Ari, where are you going, Ari?
He's going outside.
As
He
you
obviously
go
doesn't know anything of what's going
outside,
outside.
You literally step out, and as you look, you get and this horrible little crow, demonic crow creature just comes flying at you. Give me a dex check.
That is a 14.
Get rid of these dice. This little fiendish crow just flies past you, talons out, blood dripping from its wings, and as it flaps its wings, the feathers seem sharp and flutter at you, and you duck, roll on one shoulder, and stand up, pulling your sword out. Give me an attack roll, if you wish to hit it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. We haven't hit anything in ages.
Ballsy. You're still to roll.
Yeah, I've just rolled. That's okay. 25 to hit.
No damage needed. You roll, and as you stand, bring out the Siren's Kiss, and in one smooth motion, just take this demonic creature, this raven fiend, out the skies. And you look around, and you now see the flock of similar creatures circling the Darshal Adusian, and you can hear from places on the outside walls clash of steel, casting of magics. You are having a super nostalgic flashback of the Ivory Wall ambience that you grew up with before doing one to Blackjack and Taverns.
He'll probably have a little listen and kind of try and figure out where, he'll kind of listen for any kind of screams or anyone that kind of sounds like they're struggling, if that makes sense, and kind of head towards that. At
this very moment, all you can hear is the cries of battle rather than the cries of distress, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can hear them easily, but
he'll probably just head to the nearest rampart bit then, basically.
As you get there and look over, you see Dragos, who recently brought you back from the brink of death. Large golden eagle wings, and the feathers tipped dark, same colour as your hair.
Interesting.
They are very reminiscent of Celestina, as you saw when they were trying to bring you back, except the coloration of their hair. And Dragos is full on flying into attacking these purple-skinned horned creatures that are one hand on the rampart, just fingers in the stone, clawing out. There are fire bolts and bolts of frost shooting up from these creatures. You see a fireball, you see the small orange amber pearl that comes from a fiendish caster further down near the foundations. It shoots up, and as it hits the ramparts and is about to explode, you see Dean, of all people, sort of spin, put one short sword back, wave his hand and counter the fireball, as he seems to be on some sort of arcane disc and is scooting about the place like a Jetson blender. Fucking Jetsons. I love that. I've not seen that in years. Not seen it in years. Oh, Jesus. Just a
Is there anyone that I can reach from the ramparts, or would I have to jump down to?
So just below you there are several creatures. Again, that purple skin. Some of them have chunks of dried magma, sort of. So it's shaped like armor, but it seems to be made from just chunks of magma that's gone hard, and they've stuck on themselves, and they're kind of on like a what's the word? Like a tower bit that would then, obviously, if you would look at this fortress from afar, it's lead, and they're at the first layer, climbed up, and they're looking for places to come up. Some of them seem to have the ability to just claw into the stone. Others are using ropes. There seems to be a variety of these creatures.
He'll
Just-
probably like try if there's anyone with like a rope over the edge, anything basically that he can reach, because obviously he's mostly
You could
up close.
the bit
kind
below you. There is a window opening. So just having a quick look and being a bit of a parkour legend, you can imagine that if you wanted to get down to that bit and fight those creatures, it would, you know, you could grab the window like it's almost like an arrows. Like what do you call them?
Parkour. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that he's
The
going to
arrow
parkour
can-
down and join in.
Yeah, where they shoot arrows from. Windows, but they're not
Yeah.
called windows. I know what somewhere.
Like
But
the
you-
arrow slot bits. Yeah.
exactly. But you do see one of the students, another soul forged. She is her soul forged like form is like clean iron with a single large pauldron that seems to be one piece of copper and a diamond in it, and she's got an iron hammer and she's just swinging it around, roaring her head off, screaming battle cries. Blows are hitting her and she's just kind of shrugging it off and then going in again. What you do notice is every time one of these creatures claws into her or stabs out with these crooked looking fiendish blades, magic seems to happen around this soul forged. Now you're only aware of two soul forged. One is Natathryn and one is the lady from the sea who I've forgotten. But yes,
Something.
Ga-
Yeah.
To see another
Galena.
one, Garina, yeah. So
Galena.
but you know as Aristotle of Ravenholm, they're rare as rocking horse shit. So it doesn't surprise you there's one at the Darshall Adusian. But she seems to be holding this tower platform not holding it, but she's getting overwhelmed. But she's swinging like some might say a barbarian. Do you join her?
Yes.
So you parkour down. So give me an acrobatics.
Parkour. Hang on, we can add a thingy. We can add a thingy to acrobatics.
Not a thingy.
19 plus 30. This is
19.
how it should roll.
So a fuck ton, yeah. You
Yeah.
you easily just jump and kind of stroke your hand down the stonework as you're almost skidding down the large stones. You get to the bit where the arrow
Where's
comes
Andrea
out.
now, eh? Where's Andrea now?
One track fucking
She's
minds.
telling the Taffrin to kill you. You slide down and you let go, and the last few feet land perfectly. Siren's Kiss ready, and you see this soul-forged barbarian. She looks across at you. There is the whole aura of this student, this soul-forged, is glee. Like, they are just, while she looks at you, there's demons just diving on her, and she's just grabbing them, headbutting them, throwing them to the floor. She'll hit one of them, and long blue hair will like sprout from the demon. One of them will hit her, and you see the wounds heal. Next one she hits with a hammer, you see a rain of arrows come down. There is just a chaotic burst of magic happening all around this fight. Back to you, Thor.
Small piece of trivia in case anyone's interested. The little arrow slots in castle walls are called loopholes.
Ah,
There you go.
Oh, now we know.
Loopholes
every
all over
day's
this
a
plot.
learning day.
So what you four doing? Ari's left.
Yep.
Is
Sandria
there-
I
It's
mean,
just like-
it's very like time wibbly wobbly. Obviously,
Yeah.
You guys haven't waited 25 minutes while Ari's running around fighting stuff.
Yeah.
Ari's literally
Yeah, Ari,
just left
Ari,
it.
Ari has
Yeah.
just gone and left,
Yeah.
and to nobody's, Andrea just goes, well, he's clearly feeling a lot better.
Is there outer limits of this planar thing that's going on? Xerxes?
How so?
If we go out and help, what's the scope and range?
So anywhere within the grounds of the Darshall, as long as Hikro's done their math correctly, will go along with the shift. Where it lands, Hikro will have a destination, but if they miss and we end up under the water, well, I'll be okay, and so will you, but not everyone can breathe as we do.
Less of an issue. I think Kess just wants to make sure we're being brought along, but can still defend
People-wise,
your asses.
Hikro has already marked you all to be taken along. So as long as you are within the range of the castle, you will come along with the shift. The demonic creatures, because they are planar creatures, Hikro can only attempt to make it harder for them to come with. We have about 5 minutes.
The girl with no hands in the salt circle in...
I have absolutely no idea what that sentence means.
He just kind of like, be my guest.
Ruby just like pushes open the door behind her.
There's no girl.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it then. Ruby, your bag. I'm going to make sure that we don't have to resurrect Ari again.
Probably a good idea, actually.
I'm alive! Not for long.
Not if the demons get their way.
Ruby,
Yes.
Tatharin
Yeah.
is walking towards you, no longer slumped on the floor. The game was lovely, but I think now we need to make sure everyone gets away safely. I will stay as close to you as necessary. Looks at Sapphire. Thank you for agreeing to help. Now I will help you in return, for at least a short moment. Let's make sure everyone survives. I will follow your lead.
Do we set up
Just
a
to
perimeter
check.
then?
Just to check, Natatharin, everyone survives, including any eagles that might be on the premises?
For now. There's a very different age level to...
Yeah. Just
but yeah.
you picked up on that. Just double checking.
I'll take for now.
Yeah,
That'll do.
that's... We'll stick him back in a bag before for now wears off.
Come on then, let's go help out our never-ending problem eagle child.
And everyone else.
And everyone else. But let's be honest, if we put them in like a list, a tier list of who's going to die first, it's probably going to be Ari at the top of the list every time.
Yeah, but look good doing it, Harry. You know what I mean? So, as you all turn to go in the same direction as Harry, Xerxes
Yep.
will... I'm going to take this to the ritual room. So there are more defences in place if the imprisonment wears off early. I'm not entirely sure that the extent of damage this creature could do. Please don't forget. She waves her hand, and her and the imprisoned Darkling curse disappear from the corridor.
Was going to ask her if she needs help, but feel like she's probably got it.
Seems like she's got it.
You all turn, look down the corridor, and as you start walking, the stonework boom, boom, just goes smashing into the other side of the corridor as a huge, like, just cannot almost function in size, takes up the corridor. Red fur that looks burnt and scorched across the flesh. It's got an ape-like face, but it's got huge bone eyebrows, massive, like, saber-tooth fangs, and it is kind of just like each shoulder has to go forward first because it is so big. And it just starts one hand on the chest, and it does like a half sideways sprint towards you. Before you
Ruby.
engage, I'm going to call a break.
Yeah, we need a brew for this.
Yes.
Ruby invokes Radiant Soul.
But
Everyone
yeah,
activates this.
Right.
Yeah, Sapphire will go into summer stance as well because
we will deal with stances and souls and radiance in a moment. Right, we're going to be back in about 5 or 10 minutes while we go grab a drink and stuff. Don't go away, nerds. Don't go away. Bam, we're back. There's a massive demon in front of you. Not you, Harry. You've got lots of demons in front of you. So it's just, woo, woo, just like beating down the corridor. Natathrun is quite calm and goes, "You or I?" And just gestures at the demon.
Cass, because Cass is the fighter and does the tactical breath.
Is that aimed at us, or is Natathrun...
And Natathrun asks you all, "You or I?" and gestures at the demonic ape. And apparently Ruby
Together?
volunteered.
Together,
He's like, you're wanting to solo this?
Natathrun puts, not fully extended, her arms out to her side and touches both walls of the corridor.
I see what she means. We could leave this one to Natathrun and go and help Ari.
That's okay.
We can't,
Yes.
because I think this is through the wall on our way to get Ari.
If you wish to join Ari, I can make you a exit.
That would be helpful.
Appreciated.
And Sapphire will fall into the stance of summer.
Somebody delay that. And she faces the wall that would go further into towards the courtyard areas, or one of the courtyard areas in the direction, and just starts beating on it with large ivory white gold fists. They're getting closer. Boom, boom, boom. Which one of you is going to engage the ape first?
Sure, go for it.
Kess.
Why
Sapphire
not?
takes a stance up. Ruby goes. Lightsabers appear. Kesfion, parkour, little wall run to get past the enormous Sapphire and the glowing Ruby. Scimitars out. You just run in
21
into
to
attack.
hit.
Ooh! Yeah. We're here. We're in.
And that is. So it'll be 7 on the first.
Noted.
On the second one, that is a 19.
19 hits.
Which will be 4. No, 4 plus 4 is 8.
15.
Jesus Christ, that can't roll in the dice because I can't see it when it's inside the thing. That is 17.
17 just hits.
Okay, cool. That is a 7. Need another. That is another 21. That will be 8, and I'm going to spend some superiority dice on it. Is that? I mean, it's a fiend, isn't it?
It is a fiend. Most
So
definitely.
add a flat 20 on top.
Shit the bed.
And I hope you remembered any of those numbers already. I was too busy trying to do the math. So 4 plus 4.
You take a couple of steps on the wall to bounce past Sapphire and Ruby. Your twin scimitars come out of their sheath, and you blend into this giant demonic ape. Chunks of flesh hit the ceiling and the wall around you as it just roars in pain as you are just like just Black and Decker in it through it. Are they still a company? Are they gone? I don't know. But
no, they're still going.
And you blitz into it. It is pissed the amount of damage you just thrown into this thing. Because it is so large and taking up the corridor, it swings its mighty fist at you with disadvantage because of the space. Right, so it's not a crit, you're alright. Total of 17. So it's as you just blend into it, it's kind of putting its forearms up to try and block this fear death machine. It just punches straight out with one of its arms, and you kind of just fold back on yourself. Feet remain full on Neo as this, and you come back up to face it. Behind you, you hear boom, boom, and these rocks fall away. You lot see the Taffrin has smashed a hole through into the next room along, which probably would have been used for stores, and there is a doorway. There's no actual door in it, and it leads out into the outside areas where you were where Harry was resurrected.
How much distance have we traveled? Have I traveled to get into
20
slicing
feet.
and dicing?
20 feet.
20. That's good to hear. I'm gonna scooch 20 towards the hole. Nope.
It's a shit game.
It's fine. I'll try to not take mobile next.
Yeah, next character. I'm banning about 7 feet next game.
Oh,
Okay, so you fly in, blend, and then turn back as the large lump fist goes missing past your head. Natathrin gestures. I'll be right with you. And just gestures at the hole. What do you lot do? Do you go out the hole? Or...
Out the hole.
Morask and Sapphire, who stood in front of a fiend in the stance.
Sapphire literally, there's a pained expression on his face. He turns away and goes, "Fine, but the next one I get the first hit," and runs past Kess.
Go for it. Don't hesitate then.
You, as you all run through this now made hole, you just see Natathrin turn and run at the ape, and you just hear him
just go through it.
yeah, and whatever's happening, they clash. You run out into the open courtyard. You look up. The sky ship is silhouetting away. You see it go through the illusionary bubble and just disappear. As soon as it, you see the back end of it, and then it vanishes, and you just see clear blue skies, remind you of when you first entered and the illusionary bubble that was there. Up, straight up, flock spinning, flying around. Probably not spinning. Flying overhead, circling, some might call it, the fortress. There are these demonic crows and ravens and other various avian creatures. Every now and then they'll dive bomb in, and sparks from the ramparts itself them seems kind of just small, like cantrip type magic will shoot off into the air defensively, protecting it. You, Kesfion, get a message from... In fact, Sapphire gets a message from Hikro, sorry. We have about 1 minute before the spell is complete. Make sure you are all in the castle. Grounds. Before you all go on. We gotta get inside.
I was going to say, that's some vagary. That's some vagary. We've got about a minute. Sapphire shouts at the others, trying to catch up to where Ari is.
None of you can see Harry, but you can hear the joyful, lust-filled, dancing battle cry of your swashbuckling, dragon-singing bard dancing around with Siren's Kiss below you somewhere. And the immense...
actually don't want to go the other way, to be fair.
And the,
Sounds like a party for one.
Sapphire, you, as you go out first through the door, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Theoretically, I should be good at this.
We all love theories.
11.
11. I mean, theoretically, you're gonna get
Theoretically. Yeah.
as you go skidding out, like half in your stance, ready to take care of whatever's going on behind. Then Cass, Ruby, and Xandria are just pouring out behind you. You see that orange bead of arcane, and it hits the ground just in front of you. Now, what normally in your experience of fireballs is it boom detonates 50, 60 feet all around you and everything is compassed in flame. This seems to be smaller, like 10 feet maybe in radius, but it is super heated and explodes in your face as you kind of go out, and as you're half taking your stance ready for everything that comes at you, you get walloped.
Oh, I have evasion. That will help me.
Massively. So 36 down to 18 because of your evasion. If you'd have succeeded, you'd have took nothing. So you take 16 points of hellfire. Or, for those at home, fire damage. But it is far warmer than any fire you've ever experienced. In front of you, there is a creature maybe 4 foot high. It has got limbs as long as your legs and a very, very small, squat body, and it kind of just like does that sort of weird, like rolls forwards on its arms and legs and just rocks. And you can see lava dripping from its mouth where it clearly spat that small fireball at you. What do you do?
Is this directed at all of us or just?
Sapphire at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Sapphire's gonna go, you asshole, and charge at it and go for full-on attacks.
Okay, so you go and start attacking.
Cool. That will be 8 plus 11. That's 19 to hit for the first one.
Hits.
Is this fiendish? I assumed so, but I thought I'd ask. And that's an extra d6 for the nugget.
It's actually just an elven attack. Just they're all cosplaying demons.
And an extra d6 of radiant damage for.
Lapis.
Oh
They're all laughing
shit!
demons.
After this attack, I'll remember to fucking rage. 2, 6, 7 plus 7, 14 points. Four of which are radiant.
Radiant.
Yeah.
4 are radiant.
Yeah, four of that's radiant.
The radiant damage as it hits this creature, like eviscerates its flesh where it lands. The creature's still standing though.
Okay, I will then go into a rage.
As your bonus action.
Yep.
It will then rock on its forearms, and its long front legs will come up and slam down on you, similar to that of an ape. Probably not. 19.
That hits.
Oh. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And 1 fire damage. Who's next out the door?
Oh, I forgot. Can I do my second attack before I rage? Because I forgot I have 2 now.
Yes. Come on,
Okay.
Sapphire.
That's 21 to hit.
Yes, does hit.
Same things. 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 plus 9, 22.
How much of it radiant?
6.
12. Cool.
That's me.
Who's next out? Who's next out the door?
I guess me.
So Andrea, as you go running out and you're kind of looking around the place, this heavy weight hits you from the side and forces you back against the wall behind you. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
21.
So as you hit the wall, instead of just getting slammed against it, you kind of put your foot behind you, and it is awkward to do. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you still hit the wall, but you roll with it. Similar to, back in the day when you were training for this sort of shit. You're gonna get it, you just need to learn to roll with it. And you kind of hit the wall, spin, and get yourself ready. There is a creature in front of you that is maybe 6 foot in height, has heavy dirty iron plate armor on top of it. It is got both hands on the ground, very much like an American footballer sort of rugby sort of stance. It's like crouch low, really heavy up top, tiny little legs. When it sets off going, the legs are like child size. So when it gets off going, it's all upper torso and nothing, skipped leg there. And it's ready to go at you again. What do you do?
Smash it in the face with an axe.
So you step forward and axe. Yep. Swing the axe.
21.
21 hits.
So that is plus. Where's my d8? D8s. There you go. Oh. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Boom, 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 boom. I'll just play this for every session now, this music. Yeah. 8 points.
Yeah, 4 of those are slashing, 4 of those are fire.
Fire.
Yeah. Which obviously is not great, but...
Oh no, this one's alright. This one takes fire. Yeah, you get bounced against the wall, you kind of hit it, turn, roll your shoulders, step in and swing your axe at this little-legged demon. Homebrew, right there. It will try and bite at your face. Whew, Jesus Christ, 29.
Yeah, that hits.
Just a little.
Just a little.
You take 17 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
As the venom from its teeth burns through your... and Constitution saving throw, please. Burns through your veins. It's like someone's injected you with fire as the teeth sink into your flesh.
16 on the con save.
You're not poisoned. Ruby Castle's next.
I wasn't finished my turn. I've still got attack.
Oh, okay, keep going.
Sorry.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have let me attack. Sorry.
That's fine.
I thought you
yeah.
finished.
No, two attacks per
Yeah, sorry.
per action.
It's been a while for me.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
24 to hit.
Yes.
28. 11 points of damage. 6 of which are slashing, the rest is fire.
Lovely, thank you. Then it bites you.
And then it bites.
Ruby Kess, who's next?
I've had a round of combat if Ruby wants to go first, or I can.
Said every
start.
military strategist ever. I've had a go.
I've had, like, as a player, I want everyone to get a turn.
There's plenty of it coming at you.
So as then we step out the wall, even though Cass is probably slightly ahead of Ruby, I am going to cast Moonbeam.
So, Ruby, as you step out, yeah, you step out to see what's going on. You're preparing your cast of Moonbeam, and you feel pain in your shoulders as 2 clawed hands sink into your shoulders, and you hear the woof, woof of leather wings, and you lot just see Ruby go skyward. As
Alright,
this
okay, so I was
demonic
preparing,
raven.
but I haven't cast yet.
Yep, demonic
In that
raven
case.
is flying high above this small battle scene with you, about 30 feet in the air. What do you do?
I cast Word of Radiance,
Okay.
and burning radiant light erupts from me. Every creature within range, which is 5 feet, must, well, unless I say otherwise, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Or they will take 1d6 of damage. Oh, sorry, I'm just finding out what my... So, we need to beat...
If a 5 doesn't beat it, so you,
Oh, okay,
it's
you
definitely
rolled 5,
failed.
right. Okay, so take 1d6 of radiant damage, but please also, because I am in radiant form, take a flat 11.
Is that radiant as well?
Yeah,
Birdie don't like it.
equals my level.
Cool.
You might
So I
well
just
snap
need to
out your
look up radiant
wings.
Ruby.
control, because that might be 10, not 11. That might be a flat 10, or it might be equal to my level.
That's fine. That's fine. You take 2 points of piercing where its talons stuck into you. You cast your magics at it. You can see the feathers get burnt away from and leave some sort of bone structure left where you've blasted away a lot of the feathers. It is struggling now in the air with you, 30 feet up, but its neck extends and now has got like a vulture-esque sort of whip to it, and the head whips underneath to try and peck at you. The beak is spear-like and not hooked. Oof. Oh dear. 24.
Yeah, it's...
You take 7 points of piercing damage as it just jabs you in the upper chest.
Right, doing maths, right, yeah.
Keshfion, you just, as you're like looking guarded and Ruby steps out and goes woof skyward, you've just seen Xandria get slammed against the wall, turn and fight this creature with the little legs. Sapphire's fighting some long-limbed monstrosity.
I hate it. I really... For some reason, that one just... No.
That's the... you see Sapphire fighting a fiend out. You step.
I'm just really glad that you took that.
What do you do? Like, you come flying out. Are you running out, flying out, magically coming out? Like what?
I'm just going through the gap.
As
I
you
mean, it would just be on the run back out of the...
from that original fight, and you just follow
Yeah.
through at the back. Yeah, I see. Okay. You see this happen in front of you, and as you step out with your swords, you instinctively turn and bring up your 2 scimitars to block. Flat 20.
matches.
Oh. The first scimitar blocks the club that's coming towards you, but the strength of it just pushes through. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it is just a lump of wood in this creature's hand. And as you turn to face it, there is a straight up, straight down, no breadth of shoulder or hip, or like they are just almost twig-like in their physique. But they have eyes on every bit of their, like just small little eyes, reds, yellows, blues, greens,
You
just
got the
all
worst
along.
one.
Oh, it's you that don't like eyes. My bad. Well, Ruby'd have got it if she went last. Just all the way up. And when it gets to the head...
I don't like eyes, and I don't like that weird leggy thing.
Don't
It's
like
alright,
the
they're
smell
just
of
googly
bird
eyes.
flesh.
They're just stick on googly eyes, it's
Don't
fine.
like Werther's originals. Where the face would be on this thin creature, there's no face. Just the eyes are all over the limbs and torso. And it's just swinging this wild club about. That was its surprise attack. Its actual attack, not even close, but slams onto you this time. So you take the first hit, turn, and then with both swords bat the club away. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and hit it a bunch of times and ruin its day. So that is to hit. That would be that is a 19.
19 hits.
19 hits.
You know,
That
you're
is-
like, I'll have loads of demons in here.
That
Just
is
give it
a
all.
9.
9 damage.
Yep. That is 18 on the second.
18 hits.
Sorry, I'm just moving dice in and about so that I know what I've done and what I've not. That is a 9
18.
on the second. On that one, we are. I think a 14 is going to miss.
14 does miss, yeah.
And that one is 22.
Yep. Okay, fighters. And 3, 2, 1, go.
9, and it's a fiend, so I add a flat 10 on top.
These motherfuckers don't like you. Cool.
Well, gotta stop hitting me then! Being covered in nasty little eyes.
So currently, Sapphire, you're rumbling with long leggy McStevenson. Sandria's fighting little legs. Kesfion's got twiggy McEyes. Ruby, you're flying high. Ari, you can hear whatever, like just where you've climbed down from, you can hear something, you know, there's a fight up there where there wasn't moments ago. In front of you there is this Soulforged barbarian who is, like, there are scratches all over her, like some of them look deep, like you'd be taking that armour to a blacksmith to have a look at, but she just keeps going, Warhammer going, random spurts of magic wildly going off around her. You have these small 4.5 foot creatures that are coming at you with this like sort of magma-esque armour. There's 2 in front of you that have kind of backed you against the wall that you originally stepped down on. The actual tower area itself is maybe 20 foot by 20 foot, so it's quite an enclosed space, but the more you like kick off or stab or the Soulforged barbarian launches off, there's a few times where you think she's just going to go with him. She's just going to go with him. And you kind of both, you bump into each other once or twice back to back. There's 2 in front of you, what do you do?
Attack him!
Attack him!
Attack him! Attack!
I'm alive! I've got no demon inside me!
I don't know though, because I only rolled the 2, so that's a 12 to hit.
First one, you stab down at it, and it kind of just and moves out of the way. It's my
I mean,
whistle.
I guess bonus action, I have my attack as well, so
Yeah, I always have it in my head that Harry fights like that. Just when Mel does a little wiggle, I'm like, yeah.
Like a crab.
like a crab.
With a magical death sword.
19 to hit.
19 does it. So the first one kind
Yes.
of... Are you aiming at the same one?
No, probably the other one. Like,
So
just,
you
if I've got
you
2
move
in front of me.
You move in with
go for
Siren's
one.
Kiss and then go to stab with the other. With your
Yeah.
dagger on the other. Cool. So the second one does
Yeah.
hit.
Cool. I would get sneak attack because I'm 1-on-1. It's
You're
been a
not
while
one-on-
since I've done all
You're not
this.
1-on-1.
2 on
Why
1.
not?
You're 2
Oh,
on
2-on-1, are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
wait.
How...
Whoa, what's with the nip?
Wow. Hang on, that's not even the right things. That's my dagger. Hang on, 1 second. Let's roll a d4.
40 damage. How have you done that?
On a dagger.
Yeah.
Plus 6. So that is 10 points of damage, but also, because it still tells the one the dagger, that didn't get taken off me. 3 points of healing to me. I need that right now.
He was the one
Yeah.
the dagger didn't try and kill another member of the party, so...
I know, right?
So we keep those weapons.
But
Right,
yeah,
so
10 points of magical
Sp-
piercing.
Siren's Kiss goes wide, but you use your momentum to turn around and stab and successfully do so. The 2 creatures are still standing there. They both look at each other, look at you hungrily. Yeah. The first one is a 28. Ah, tell a lie. It's a 27.
That also hits.
And you take 8 points of piercing damage as it just
Okay.
stabs out at you with a black ironed dagger. The other one just kind of leaps at you, dagger in two hands, and misses wildly. And I mean, fucking. In fact, it falls off the ramparts as you kind of just dance and turn your blade and like do that like almost matador type Toro, and it just goes off the side. There's a squish sound.
Cool.
The barbarian in front of you, she picks up 2 of them that are about your size, heaves them into the air, and just launches them off. And she loses her footing and starts going towards the edge of the ramparts. Give me a dexterity check, see if you're quick enough.
Oh, jeez. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You manage to just grab the back of some like fur that's going across the side. She is heavy as, and you kind of skid along the floor a little bit and then brace yourself, and then you lean back. And as she's righting herself, she takes advantage of the fact that you've got hold of her, and you both stay standing as more of these little impish creatures start coming over the side of the wall. Above you, more and more of these creatures climb up the ramparts. You're looking around you, and now this 20 foot by 20 foot area is getting slowly filled, where there'd be no space to dance around, to maneuver. It would be a case of standing facing them and just keep going till either you die or they stop attacking. You've been on the wall and you understand when the tactics of attrition have been implemented, and this small force of demons that are here will probably outlast your endurance. Looking
He'll
around,
probably,
go on.
yeah. He'll probably shout to the barbarian and just be like, "We need to retreat," and like go try and get back up the wall, essentially to back to where he was. Like back up the ramparts onto like the main part of the building.
The Soulforge whips round at you, rolls their massive clean iron shoulders, pauldron shining, no blood or anything, or any like chunks are on this pauldron. The rest of it are covered, but the copper pauldron with the diamond in it remains absolutely pristine. They'll kill us while we climb. One of us has to stay. See ya!
Hi.
What do you say?
I'll just be kind of like, I don't think that's right, but okay.
You look
There's
up,
not-
there is a seat that like the way you came is the way you get back up.
Yeah.
So
You will.
and these creatures take the entire area you're fighting in. So as soon as you turn your back on them to climb, if you both start doing it, you'd have to go in single file. They're going to be attacking you while you're climbing. Because
Yeah.
you come down a lot faster than you go up.
What? Hang on. Right, I'm just trying to get an idea of the. So it's a 20-foot area. It's obviously covered in demons.
Yep.
And then like there's the way that I kind of
The way you
parkoured
came down,
essentially to get
So
into it.
imagine it's just a wall behind you. And there's a
Yeah.
hole in that wall. You on the top. You went parkour and you went jump, use the hole in the wall, jump down.
Yeah.
And then fought the demons. To go
Oh
back
yeah,
up,
then I need to try and climb back
you
up.
need
yeah,
to
okay.
basically wall run, grab the hole, and then parkour up onto the lip and pull yourself up. Whilst
Yeah.
doing that, these demons would be attacking you. And the barbarian would have to wait their turn to obviously use the small slit, because you both can't get out of it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it would be one at a time, hence the barbarian say, one of us has to stay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I get you. Sorry, my brain's like.
Yeah, that's
Trying
fine.
to get
That's
into-
fine, and that's why you ask, and that's
How
why I
it
do my
works.
little my little hand terrain. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. He will, in that case, kind of wait for her next attack and use that gap to try and get himself back up,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So
As
like
you-
he'll wait till.
That distraction moment, and then
Yeah.
the barbarian clocks that you're getting ready, and you just nod, and then they just have this beam, like their faceplate kind of just shifts slightly, like a thick grin. The golden eyes, and so be it, fly high, eagle, and she just launches herself into the demons. Can you give me an athletics check?
Let me try. Ooh, that's not a bad roll. though.
With advantage because she's giving you a distraction.
Okay. I mean, that's still a good roll. I don't have a great athletics. That's a better roll still. So that is that's a 17.
Just because as you're about to take a run up, you kind of hit the wall and then use her back as the next step and then grab onto the thing. You see her as she's fighting, you pull yourself up to that window area. You're now out of melee range, but you're kind of hanging like on the Assassin's Creed style, just hanging on the wall holding the thing. And you see them swarm her, just like ants to swarm her. Every now and then a few fly off and random magical spells go off. You're pretty sure a counter spell off went at one point, but you're not entirely sure why. And then you jump up, pull yourself, and as you pull yourself over the lip, you see in front of you your friends. Sapphire, the long-limbed creature, not 20, smashes into you, like claps at the side of your head, and these massive, like the fingers close in around the back of your head, and it clamps onto your head. So you do the initial damage, and then I'll need a grapple check off you. The initial damage is 28 points of bludgeoning damage, as in BAM! On the side of your head.
So half that.
And here you are. So the DC for the grapple is 20.
Okie dokie, and that's just a contested athletics, right?
Yes, you can athletics or acrobatics, because you're the defender.
Okie dokie, no, 18.
DC was 20.
Yeah.
So it is clamped onto your head, yeah? What you'll feel on your ears is soft tendrils kind of just tickling the inside of your ears.
Nope.
As this hand is just on you, and you just say,
Nope.
and you can feel the strength of it. Xandria, your little-legged rugby player. You can attack back, by the way, Sapphire. Sorry, it's your turn. It's your turn, Sapphire.
Oh, okay.
My apologies. You're just grappled.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've all had a fight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it fluid, and I'm like, fuck the rules. I'm just gonna kill them all.
No, I'll save it. Sapphire's only got one use of Big Bear mode, so I'm grappled. I can still attack, but I can't move away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. I'll go 2 attacks with Iron Rebuke. Should I do them one at a time?
Yes. Otherwise, I'll forget.
That's legit. 19 for the first hit.
Hits.
5, 6, 7, 8 plus 9. So that's 17 for the first one.
How much radiant?
Only one's radiant.
Okay.
Next attack is 28 to hit.
Yeah. Just.
14 plus 9. Brain. 23 and 6 is radiant. And then finally, bonus action attack. Oh.
You don't worry about your bonus. Your second attack with the Naginata, as you kind of spin it round, slash across, and then you kind of bring it up under yourself and go upwards with it because of the space you're in. And you go through its face, and that clamp on your head just goes and falls aside. As you then pull the glaive back, and it just slides off onto the ground.
Sapphire looks like big, strong for a moment, and then goes. And then I guess Sapphire would move towards wherever the nearest danger is.
I need to know which nearest danger. Ruby's currently been flying around in the sky.
Can't help that.
Xandria's fighting little leg NFL player. Cass is fighting Twiggy McEyes. And you see 2 little hands and Harry's face just coming over the edge of the wall, where just to the left, to the right of where you guys came when you first came out of the room. So
is Harry climbing up?
You can see Harry climbing over the lip. Like, obviously time is.
Yeah.
You just see Harry like pulling himself up over the lip. Ruby's currently being flown around by some creature. Xandria and Kess are involved in some horrific fights.
I will go help Xandria.
Cool. Sapphire comes and helps you, Xandria. I assume you've placed yourself in an advantageous position.
Yes, please.
The creature will try and slash out at Xandria for a 19.
Hits.
Can I still do my bonus attack on this thing?
I think you've got, if you're not skilled, I think you've got to do it in the motion of the attack, I believe. I don't think you could carry it over.
Oh, okay. You can normally attack, move, and attack again.
With your attacks, but your
Fifth
bonus is your
position.
offhand, yeah?
Well, yeah, my bonus is a punch to the face, I suppose.
Yeah, you can do it, go.
Martial arts.
I'm honestly not sure, so just punch him.
I'll tell you, I'll read up on this after.
Yeah.
14 plus 9 for the punch, so 23.
Oof, nice.
And it is just a d6 plus 5, so that's 9 points of damage, and that's me.
9 points of damage.
And I'll double check the martial arts.
I think you're right, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the only thing that changes is what you add to it if you're not skilled in it, but you can still just swing it around. Zandria, damage I was doing on you, wasn't I?
Yeah.
You take 7 points of piercing damage. Poison damage, sorry.
Cool.
And can you do me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I can indeed do. The Constitution is a 17.
You are fine and not poisoned. But there are 2 large bite marks in your flesh at the moment. And this creature is just like holding its head up. Its little legs not even touching the floor.
How dare it.
Any attack you make is at advantage because of
Sick.
young waters.
I'm gonna attack with an axe. So, with advantage, we are looking at 19 to hit.
That hits.
Hit. 15 points of damage, 10 being slashing, 5 of that is fire.
Alright. Your axe slices through its torso, and you just see the little legs just fall to the ground, and whatever innards this creature has just slop onto the floor, and then it falls down. The huge forearms that were holding it up just go weak under it, and it collapses to the ground.
Cool.
You've got the one fighting Kess and
Yeah, I was
Ruby in
gonna
the
say,
sky
I saw great weapons
with
monster
diamonds.
when I reduce the creature.
I was waiting for
zero.
somebody.
I can hit with one attack with a bonus action. Yeah, I can bonus action because of my feat to attack another creature. So I will go and attack the one that's attacking Kess.
Okay, so you run over to help Kess.
Yes.
Again, I'll assume you'll maneuver yourself so you're both at advantage, so swing your attack with advantage.
23 to hit.
Ooh, nice. Hits.
Two to 8. 24 points of damage, 13 slashing, 11 fire.
Can you both give me Constitution saving throws, please?
Yeah.
As when you hit it with your axe, several of the eyes explode.
Dirty 20.
I know, mate. I know. I'm sorry. Dirty 20. Okay.
21.
You both take
Avoid the eye juice.
1 point of fire damage and 5 points each of poison damage. Acid
Okay.
damage.
That's the damage. Okay.
So 6 total.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that your turn?
No, I've got one.
Wait,
more
was it
attack.
1 point of fire?
1 point of
One
fire,
fire.
5
Yeah.
points
If
of
you've
acid.
got a
You can't be lower than 1. So if,
yeah, okay, cool. I
if you're
was just
resistant
checking.
to it, it's just 1.
Yeah, okay, cool. That was my question because
Yeah.
I've never encountered a single point before.
Alright, it's not it make me feel bad about it. You only do 1 point of fire.
I'm happy for it. Usually you just kill me. So
I mean, it's got one of them classes. Go on then, Anzandra. You say you had another attack.
I got another attack, yeah. So on an advantage, 25 to hit.
Yep. I forget you're all now level 12, but It's just like plus infinity and beyond.
17 points of damage, 13 slashing, 4 fire.
Nice.
And I believe that is me now. I'm just double checking I don't have anything else that I should be using. I think we are good.
Cool. It reaches towards itself, the long spindly fingers, and just pulls handfuls of eyeballs from its body. I'm sorry, man. I had
You're
a
not, though. You're not.
But you're handling
remotely.
it better than I thought. Like if it had been really bad, I'd have been like, they're a rabbit with a machete. And they just.
But you keep pushing it just a little bit
I am,
for
yeah.
just to see.
I just want to
yeah.
see. I just want to see. And they slam them together. And they spurt of eye juice.
Oh, why? Why do you do this, AD?
It goes over your
He's-
shoulder, Cass, so you're alright.
He's trying to see if he can get me to bomb live on stream, I think.
But yes, it completely misses you. Your turn, Cass.
I mean, I thought Ruby went before me, but it's cool.
Oh yeah, Ruby's in
I
the
thought that,
yeah.
so-
Go on.
Guy with clawbird.
Yeah, it was Andrew's fault from you.
The famous song.
Yeah. So Ruby, as you're up there and you've scorched away its feathers with your radiantness, it is actually you before it.
Harder this time. We are going to go with Moonbeam. So, a silvery beam of pale light, 5 foot in radius, and 40 feet high. So that is going to go from me down to the ground, and anything above that that's spare to make up 40 feet. So, sorry, I've clicked something.
I would check Moonbeam because I think it hurts you as well.
Moonbeam doesn't.
You're in the radius, yeah. Because you're in the
I'm
same
sure you had to move it
place.
away from your friends before.
Yeah.
Does it have to, like the location of it? So you might be able to cast it above yourself. Give me a sec.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so let's have a look. So Moonbeam, Pale of Light, centered on a point within range. So you can literally point at the creature. So there would be a Moonbeam just above your head, and it'd go 40 foot up from the creature,
Okay.
and therefore not hurt you. Yeah, okay.
We'll do that.
If that's what you wish to do.
Although I am resistant to radiant damage.
Oh well, just beat myself then.
You still take half.
That is some hardcore shit, Ruby, I tell you. I'm resistant, so I'm taking it into the fire. I'm gonna drag it, kicking and screaming.
I won't. I will. Hopefully, when I've managed to get this one to let go, I will move the moonbeam down. So, all right, okay. It needs to take a Constitution saving throw.
15.
Pushing back. Where is my saves? Where are the numbers?
Should be on your spell page, on like the last page at the top.
I knew this. Oh, spell save 18. It's actually 18. So, new.
Yeah, that's really high. Like, you should be difficult to resist.
So
the green
that
eyes.
will be on a failed save. Then you can take 2d10 of radiant damage, please, plus the 12 because I am level 12, flat damage because I am still in radiant form.
You summon the moonbeam above the above your head, like essentially from the creature, 40 foot skyward, and you can feel as you look up, you see the silver white light beam, kind of for a brief second, it's beautiful, and then you follow that beam to the creature, and less so, but it does go and pops in a radiant, horrific damage As you get a little bit of claret on your face, you now fall 30 feet. Do you have a reaction?
In fact,
Are your wings
have
out
wings at
because
this
of the...
moment in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just hang there. Oh,
I am going
float
to
there.
move closer to the ground because I think that there is a limit upwards as to how far away from the castle I can be when the spell goes off. So
Yeah, Ruby.
I am going to move back towards the ground, and if I still have a bonus action, I am
You do?
going to point that big old moonbeam at Eyeball Fella still.
It's
hanging
on
there?
each turn after you cast the spell.
Okay, on
Yep.
my next turn. Okay, right.
So it will hang there for now. You fly yourself 30 feet to the ground and now put your feet to stone.
Maybe not all the way to the ground, but I'm headed. Yeah, no, I better have feet on the ground.
Yeah,
just
you
in
said
case.
maybe. I need to know.
Yeah, no, feet on the ground.
Cool. Feet on the ground. And that you?
Yes.
Guess Fionn, your turn.
Want to hit it?
I am shocked. 17
Up
to
tall?
Haven't you, Monster Hunter?
Pardon?
I said you've missed combat, haven't you? My favourite little Monster
It's-
Hunter.
I've got a system that I use for it. I hit it, and then I keep hitting it, and then it stops moving, and then I move and I start hitting the next
It's
thing.
a flawless system.
If it works for you, it works for you.
That's
What
it.
can we say? That is a 28 to hit.
I need to restart some of these demons.
Jesus.
And a 9 in damage.
Alright, yeah.
That will be 18.
18 hits.
And that is an 8.
17.
That one is. Oh, jeez, please. God, I hate math.
And it
that is a
loves you.
17. Sorry, that
17
is,
hits?
that- yeah. So that confused me because you'd said 17 and I had worked out 17 and I thought I'd got something wrong. That
just know.
is. That is another 9.
26.
That is. What's 13 plus 9?
22.
2.
22
22
points of
to
damage? Oh, to hit.
No, to
Okay.
hit. No, I don't have
I was like,
plus
nice.
You're rolling the wrong dice, look.
300.
It is 11 on damage, though, on that.
So is that
and
22,
yeah,
22,
And-
11, 33. What's
and
the flat?
10.
10.
Yep.
As you get your... Just go through it all, chainsaw chuffing style. The Twig Eye gets obliterated. Can you and Zandri give me another dexterity save, please, as the splashback?
Oh,
That
Dex,
is 22 on the dex save.
You both take 3 points of fire damage, halved because you both succeeded, so 1 point. And 3 points of acid damage, halved because you succeeded. So 1 point of acid, 1 point of fire.
Okay, cool.
And the demons before you are all destroyed. Ari, you just come over the edge at that point.
Yep.
Sapphire, you get the message from Hikro. Ruby, you get the message from Dean. So Hikro's message to you, Sapphire, is any moment now, please make sure you are attached.
Arms
foot,
and legs are
face,
inside the vehicle.
Hands to any stonework of the castle. It will be going imminently. Xerxes, Dean to Ruby. Give me a moment. I need to check something.
while Eddie's checking that, Sapphire will shout that out to everyone and do zoomies to touch some of the stone wall. Like, I'm home, you can't tag me.
Yeah,
Your paws are on the stone floor.
yeah.
Yeah, but this is Sapphire. Like, Sapphire's like,
What's he shouting though?
About to disappear. Need to be touching the castle or grounds.
Ariel kind of look down at the barbarian below him and just be like, "You need to get up." And then, like, if I get a chance, we can do something. But I'll let you do your thing.
Ruby, you here, in your mind. It's been an absolute pleasure, lass. It's been a while since I've seen any of toe and lot come through these parts. I'm going to kill a few more demons, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side, but if not, may the oak be with you. Xandria from Xerxes, you hear. This darkling creature is become quite animated. The prison itself seems to be decaying and falling apart. My calculations of less than 8 hours may have been wrong. Please be prepared when we get to the other side.
Yes.
Ari, you hear from a voice that is familiar but not one common to you. And it sounds awfully like a soul-forged wild magic barbarian. Ha! Thanks for the glorious death, Eagle. And that's it. Right. As you are looking around, zooming in all over the place, and you realise that you are indeed attached to the castle. You look about the place, the flock of demonic, whatever, raven-like birds they are above, all begin to swoop down, attacking at you. You are moving beneath some of the shelter where the broken bits are. Kesfion's swords are dicing them out of the sky. Sapphire's Naginata is flowing like water. Aristotle is in almost born anew as they dance Fantinio style. Fantonio. Dagger and Siren's Kiss through it all. Xandria is essentially planted her feet, and this great axe is cleaving through, like batting them rather than slicing through them with the great axe. Ruby is like a fly squatting machine. Every time they come near her radiant soulless, they bzz, bzz, bzz.
Sweeping this
The moonbeam is just like she's like lawnmowering through them as they all start flying, dive bombing you all. The next thing that happens as you are all mid-combat with these things is several of the impish-like creatures that Ari were fighting come storming over the ramparts and over the walls. They are also being attacked by these demonic raven creatures. They just don't care. They are just dive bombing whatever is moving on these rampart courtyards. You're all kind of like spread out, moving amongst each other, blades going, Ruby lawnmowering. As the now on the ground creatures start to face you all, Kes, you are dancing through them. One blade staying high to keep the birds away. One blade swinging low, to kill the impies, the little impies. All of them have got eyes. You, for a brief second, there is clarity, a pause where the birds kind of like, as they've swept down, are kind of going back up to come back for another attack. There are bodies of these imps all around you, and these small, like dwarf-like, thick-limbed demons that followed the ones over, coming up from the stairs and such, where you originally went down for something to eat. My bloody camera. And came back up. There are creatures coming up in armour, and a bit more about them is probably only way you could describe it, because you see that there's an organisation to these demons that are coming in now. And they are coming from within the castle rather than just climbing over the walls or dive bombing from above. As you turn, can I have Kes and Xandria and Ruby, who are closer to the wall, give me a dexterity saving throw as the wall behind where you originally came from explodes and large chunks of rock go skittering across. Yeah, dexterity saves, please.
14.
19. Zandria, you take 7 points of bludgeoning. Kesfion, you take 3 points of bludgeoning. Ruby, what was your dexterity save?
15.
Say again, sorry. 15?
15.
15 is exactly what you need. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as well. There's a load of stones just come exploding from where you've just come through, as the corpse of a red-furred gorilla-like demon just gets thrown through the wall, skids and lands at your feet. And as the smoke disappears in dust, Natathryn steps through. There are scratches on her physical form, but none as deep as what you witnessed, Ari, on the barbarian below. And she steps through, heavy breathing. So there was power, energy spent to deal with such a creature. And she does step through in a bit of a, not tired state, but she's definitely exerted herself. She looks around you all. Everybody well?
Much as we can be.
Looks up as the birds start to fly down again. As they start to fly down again, through the thick sort of like shadow silhouette shade that they're casting from the illusionary light above, you start to see the bubble of illusion sort of break away, and first time since you got here you see the real sky, but it's kind of tunneled, and it goes up and you see stars where it might be daytime, and there is a tunneled view from where you are, and it kind of beams down, and the illusionary bubble tears away till the entire castle is under this straight like cutout of reality. Some of the birds and that fly outside of the of this cutout just explode and pop, and feathers rain down either side, but not on this inside. It's like a protective cutting of reality. The creatures that are in front of you, those with armour on them, Natathryn looks at you all and says, you or I. And then there's a smile, her eyes kind of glow with that smile, and she runs at the creatures in the armour that are coming up the walls. The messages you heard before, Hikro comes back through to you, Sapphire. Just don't die, 10 seconds or so.
Out loud, 10 seconds, everyone.
The armoured demons rush into you all. Sapphire, one stabs at you for an 8.
Misses.
2 stab at Kesfion for a 12 and a 20.
12, no,
I'm hoping you
20 matches.
20 matches. You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
Ruby, a firebolt gets shot out at you and goes wildly wide past, not even close to you. Zandria, 2 rays of frost fly at you. The first one just hits you, hits the breastplate of your armour, and you see that arcane frost just kind of like freeze and like take form on your chest plate and then just melt away. And the second one, 18,
Matches.
and you take 6 points of frost damage as this one catches just the flesh of your neck and frost burns away. Ari, as you're dancing around, 2 of them come either side of you, and they both got like crude trident type weapons, and they stand 10 feet each away from you, trying to not let you dance anywhere near them. The first one stabs out at you and does a 22 and does 10 points of piercing damage to you.
Uncanny dodge. Because I forgot I had that.
There you go. So that's 5 points of piercing damage it does to you. And the second one, again, 18.
Yeah, that hits.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As they both just stab out at you. Kess, done. Yeah, you all got hit, yeah? It's your lot's turn. Sapphire, go. Retaliate. If you want.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck it. We've got 10 seconds, be right.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I guess Naginata attack. That's a 29 to hit.
Missed. On the cannon fodder demons.
16, 17 plus 26 with 2 being radiant.
You cleave it in half. Yeah, you cleave it in half.
Unless there's anything immediately like about to hit me, I'm staying with. I've put my hand back to the wall.
Guess for you.
I'm just gonna start trying to hit.
Go.
Shit. That is 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And that is 11.
11.
That is 26 to hit.
Yeah.
And 8.
19. Yep.
That is 28 to hit.
What the fuck is going on here?
And 6.
19, 25. You got another attack?
Yep. 28 again. That is 9.
You like double cut this thing into small little sushi pieces. Harry?
Yep, we're gonna try and hit back at these ones.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll hit. That's 27 to hit.
Yep.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I need, yeah.
Not sneak, because I'm 2 on 1. It's fine.
So Harry, the two
Yes.
that are fighting you are 10 feet away each because they've got reach.
Oh, yeah.
So if you step into one,
Yeah.
You are one-on-one.
I'll Step into one. Fabulous. That's what we want. That's what we like.
Unless
No,
you're
I have
just
to do maths.
launching the dagger.
yeah.
17, 19 plus 6 is 25 points of magical piercing.
Is that just off the sword?
Yes.
So you step past the trident as it goes over your shoulder, and you just essentially go down it, using it to line into your target, and your blade goes straight through the throat of this demon, and then sideways out, ending it.
Nice. I have attuned to this, and I have identified this sword. So,
I love that as a prereq. Just so you know, DM,
so just
I know
so
what
we
this-
know,
I know what this shit does.
I have read my shit, and Ari knows about it. So, well, because he's very instinctive caster, that's why.
That's all right. You do. That.
But so I can enable a creature within 60 feet of me to use its reaction to make one weapon attack. So he's going to kind of. Has anyone still got something in front of them? Drea has.
Ruby and Zandria.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll kind of like shout to Drea and just be like, "Your turn," and then do his bonus action. Stab. I'll move into the other one.
Yeah, okay.
And stab with his dagger. So we'll try and hit with that one. 1 second. That is 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And D4. Yes. That is 10 points of magical piercing and 2 points of healing to me.
This one doesn't drop when you slash across its gut. You get under the armour, but you don't drop it, but it's a hefty wound. Zandria, when you hear Ari call across to you, your turn, it's with a voice so beautifully pitch perfect, and being a fae yourself, you are aware that it has the energy of the sirens. And you yeah. And you instinctively slash out with your axe as a free attack.
Okay. So that would be not 20 to hit.
Boom. Yeah, that hits.
I bloody well hope so.
For a total of.
Alright, for a total of those Oh, feckin' hell. 32.
You hear that sirenic voice. It's a word. It's Colossus, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, go on, I'll do as he's asked. And you slash the axe, and it just baseball clobbers this creature in front of you. Goes straight through the iron armor, straight to his flesh, everything just one-shotted. Boom, gone. But that's your reactive attack. Ruby, it's your actual turn.
What's in front of me?
A metal armored demonic entity. Looks a bit humanoid. Has got more shape to a human than the fucked up creatures you've just been dealing with, but it's in armor with a short sword of iron in its hand.
Okay, so I just remembered that I was holding a concentration spell when the wall exploded, and we didn't roll to see if I maintained it. So let's assume that we didn't.
You need a 10. You only took like 2 points of damage, so roll a concentration check. Okay. And your DC is 10. So it's a Constitution saving throw.
It's a 10 on the dice.
You're fine. So you can, if you wish, maintain concentration. You can also drop it, it's up to you, but the damage didn't take it off you.
Just wanted to check one thing real quick. Because I have something.
I mean, it's in combat with you.
Yeah. Oh, no, because that is also concentration. So I will move the moonbeam
To it.
to this creature. So that
17
is...
on the save.
No. So that is... What did I say? 2d10?
No. 2d10, yeah.
2d10 plus 12 of radiant damage.
Of radiant?
Yeah.
Goodbye, my lover.
Everything I've been doing is radiant. That is exactly why I chose Moonbeam. And everything, every time I say, oh, plus 12, that's radiant because I'm an asthma.
So you did, how many 2d10 did you do?
Right, 2d10 is, oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, so roll.
I always thought that you were supposed to roll.
No, it's your spell. You do the damage.
Alright, okay. That looks like a 10.
I love that. That looks like a 10. So we'll use
that.
that.
It looks like a 10.
As long as she doesn't get a 12 on it, we should be good.
That was in fact a 4. I'm not doing very well here. That's a 10.
Got a 19 and a 6.
So that's a 9 and a 5.
So that's 14, doubled to 28.
12.
And what was your flat damage? 12.
12.
Doubled to 24. So you got what,
There you
40, 52?
Right.
There's nothing there. Like, you move the moonbeam, you go, zzz, that's it. Like, there's nothing. You're like, I swear there was something in front of me. There's not even dust on the floor, Ruby, for crying out loud.
Well, if you didn't want things to start exploding when I looked at them funny, you shouldn't have let me be a radiant honey hand.
It's my fault. I apologise. Xandria, those around you are fighting, etc. You've done your reactive destruction of the creature in front of you. There doesn't seem to be any immediate creature, except, I'll tell a lie, there's one fighting Harry with a large wound in its stomach. The others that were fighting Sapphire, Caspian, Ruby and yourself have all been dispatched.
How far away is the one from
25
me?
feet maybe.
25 feet.
You're kind of all clustered together, got closer together as more and more of these demons and stuff.
Oh, what the hell? I'll move 20 feet towards it so I can hit it.
Cool. Swing.
Guess I'll help him out.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Excuse me, computer. I pressed the button. Thank you.
Do as I command.
Round dice. $15 points of damage.
Ari, you see Xandria come running over behind this creature, which you would have had advantage, but it doesn't matter, you've done enough. You slam your great axe into its back, into the shoulder, through the collarbone, into the split in the armour, into the depth of its torso, and just rip the axe out. It falls down to the side. Sapphire, on that, as you're looking around with your hand on the stone wall, just in case, you hear Hikro again. Now, Sapphire, now! And the entire pillar of cut-out reality that goes straight up to the stars zooms in on itself, and everything becomes flat. Like all of you seem to be paper-thin flat. As you're kind of looking at each other, there's a weird dimension to how you are. It then
all
comes,
look like chibi tokens.
Yeah, it all comes. It comes down and then in, and you disappear. A dot in reality, as the Dar Shaladusian disappears from the cliff sides of the southern coast of the Eagle Province. 2,000 years that stood there. Give me a moment. And let's see if Hikro managed to fuck the demons off.
Just don't let Mel roll for any of it.
Fucking no, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It doesn't work. I will bet every one of you can answer this question correctly. What number on a D100 did I just roll?
69.
69. What?
Yes! Continuation!
That's not a
Continuity!
thing. That's not
I
a thing.
hate that. I hate it.
Harry, you
Actively.
fucking ditty animal. Like,
Just
Just-
Not
just-
69 anymore.
I'm just gonna roll it again. 53. We'll go with the 69. So, as the plane shift happens on the entire fortress, you feel yourselves get tugged into that motion. Everything disappears for a brief second, blacked out, no light, no sound, except some heavy rocking bard stood somewhere. It is awkward. It's like someone's just put a pillowcase over your head and everything's gone muffled, but you know where you are. You know that you're there. You're not floating in space or some magical realm. Then when you come back, you look around, you are hit with freezing cold winds, like Arctic, absolute blistering. Your skin immediately starts to burn, that it is that cold. Sapphire less so with the fur. Kesfion being a water fur, you resist it-ish. Xandria, you pissed. It is absolutely Baltic. You look around, you can't see any further than the ramparts on front of you. The creatures that are still remaining, it seems that not all of them were expelled from the plane shift. Rainbow Tacos, it's gravy time. Thanks, it's a brilliant name, by the way. You look all about, and those creatures are full on Terminator 2 in it, freezing as they walk towards you, and they harden, and as they fall and break, you can see that the birds in the sky just die. Their demonic nature's not able to handle wherever it is they are, and you hit the ground. They hit the ground, sorry. They hit the ground. You can't see beyond the ramparts as it is a blizzard of sleet, heavy snow, snowflakes the size of ruby. Like, it is slight exaggeration. Wherever you are, it is an Arctic winter that is surrounding the ramparts at the minute. You can hear the winds blowing heavy, fast all around you, and you kind of look around yourselves. Sapphire, you instinctively gesture to get inside. You go, as soon as you step through the hole that Natathrin made for you, you've immediately, the temperature change. The castle is still cold, but to be out of that initial climate is welcoming. Natathrin follows you in and slumps against the wall, slides down it and sits, and is quiet. She says nothing. She is exhausted. Sapphire, you hear We're nearly done, kids. We're nearly done. You don't hear that.
No, we're nearly done.
Who the fuck's talking?
Right, I was like, is Icarian suddenly on this radio?
Yeah.
Oh, Karen's a little bit more Yorkshire. Like, Katie was into the Yorkshire for that.
And yet, still not as Yorkshire as the mouse.
Mouse is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Can you all hear that?
So was Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zandria. And Kesvia.
Yeah.
With the mouse, we never saw a body.
Can you
Who
hear?
knows what happens in the realm
Oh.
of echoes?
Can you hear? You hear the blizzard all around you. Hicro comes through on the old meshed sapphire. Is everybody okay?
Sapphire has a quick look around. Is everyone okay?
Like a...
Looking a little worse for wear, but
Cold.
There appear to be the correct number of limbs.
Sapphire responds with, "Yeah, they're fine. Everyone's okay, that I can see."
It seems we've not gone entirely where I was aiming for. I'm just trying to confirm some things, and then I shall let you know. Xerxes comes across to you, Ari. Aristotle, we seem to have had a few casualties defending the Dar-Shaladusian. When you are ready, I'm ready to talk to you about how we send them to a better place. Is what Xerxes says to you.
kind of frown and just be like, I can't really heal or anything though, I'm not very good at that. He'll kind of gesture more towards Ruby.
Yeah, he's like, I've got a cleric.
Also, is it not sent as a message, I'm presuming?
It is sent as a message.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, what?
Yeah.
My brain was like, it's 11 o'clock, 80.
I know. I need Zandria, Kesfion to roll an Arcana check, and Sapphire
so
to
good at
roll
those.
a survival
So
check.
fucking good at those. So good at those. Really, actually, really good. 18.
Sheer fucking luck. Siblings in the drift. 19 minus 1.
Oh, nice. So Sapphire
27
on survival.
on survival.
Shit,
A
that bad.
7.
I would have done better on
Did you say
survival, but never
7
mind.
or 20?
27.
Okay, I thought you said 7. I was like,
You are 100% sure this is not a land you know. The energy of the blizzard doesn't feel right to Viconia or even Savai, your eastern neighbours. It is different, as if it is foreign to you. Kesfion, being the genius you are.
that's cruel.
So wild.
And look, just because I got some cool new shit with this level up doesn't mean you need to
Nothing's
go
changed.
start throwing rocks, okay? Don't be mean.
You've experienced this several times in your life. Usually, passing between the material realm to the summer oasis and the copper forest. Zandria,
Hates it.
you would put your life on it. That you are in the winter realm of the fae.
Oh,
Jeannie, I told you. I told you.
I knew as soon as he set the sapphire. It's not Viconia. I was like, mate, we're in the winter. I was like, we have to go to the winter realm at some point. Here we are. They're gonna kill me.
Sapphire,
What's the worst that could happen?
in a no shit Sherlock moment, you get another message from Hicro. I think we're in one of the fair realms.
Sandria literally
I
just
love-
collapses to her knees, and for once she's just like, no.
Yeah, even Sapphire. Sapphire
No,
puts two and two together and goes, "Well, yeah, our summary people are struggling a little bit."
I know, Sapphire felt in syrup.
Speak.
Yeah, Sapphire who was dying when we were in the desert.
So, on that, we shall call it there. You are now in the winter realm of the fair. Who knew we'd eventually get there?
Not
I
national.
I rolled a couple of destinations and was massively pleased when this one came
That's where
out.
69 took us, is it? Mm-hmm.
No, that was something vastly different, but I was like, that's
Oh, no.
brilliant.
Christ
Thank you
on
very much
stick.
for the session, folks. It's, as always, a pleasure watching you anime fight around the place. I misjudged having 6 lunatics getting through, so we will get to our battle map soon. But yes, thank you very much for killing all the demons. You have plane shifted the Darsh Aladusian to another realm. You've survived so far. There have been casualties, we shall see who. And yeah, tune in next Tuesday. But for now, is Ashana on?
No, I don't think so.
No, I had to close it.
No.
No, she's not here today.
I
That's
think
fine.
Garblag were on earlier.
They're not on now.
Cool. It
Oh,
be
right,
right.
fair.
Thank you very much for watching, or if you're watching on YouTube's and listening on Spotify's and all that good stuff, thank you. Take care of yourselves. Look out for the charity stream. I personally will be back next Monday, where we will be carrying on when Glory is not enough, and Tuesday with this lot. So it's going to be amazing. For now, say goodnight, players.
Good
Good night, players.
Bye. Bye. There we go.